Well, bright good morning to you guys as well, dude. How are we fucking feeling? How are we doing? What's up? What's up? God, I feel like it's been so long, dude. What's up? What's up, man? Yeah, someone's a good question in chat. Let me get back to that in a quick sec. It is a good question. I do need to get to it. It's a great question. Let me do real quick. Let me do real quick. I'll be ready to start, boys. If everybody's ready. Dude, fucking congrats, Cannibalism. Completing all 5 storylines, as I did recently on the Iron Man, dude, absolutely massive. Incubators, I hereby declare. All right, we'll do a joke on that. We'll do a joke on that. Don't worry. Alrighty, fellas, good morning. Welcome back to the PokeMMO stream recap, your daily source of news, tips, tricks, information, and what's happening inside the PokeMMO community. It's a beautiful sunny day to play PokeMMO. Good morning to you all. We have a few things, good questions in chat. Congrats to Cannibalism for completing all 5 regions on his Iron Man account. That's a great point of progress, dude. Congrats. I did that recently as well. Someone also asked, are you planning on making a legendary guide for 2025? I'm assuming there's some new stuff. There is. I was confused when I heard Heatran was apparently available in a raid. Is that accurate? Yes. Heatran is the only permanent raid in PokeMMO. It is sort of the big, like, go-to PVM content people can prepare for. It's a really cool piece of content, very innovative, and I remember it took people a few days to beat it for the very first time when it released. It was a really big deal. I have my Legendaries Explained guide for 2024, and that guide has everything except for, I believe, Jirachi and Heatran. I could be missing something else, but I have a Legendary 2024 guide, and they kept adding Legendaries so often that it was hard to keep up, and I remember I wanted them to finish a prior event season to create a new one, and then I just never got around to it. There's a lot of guides and videos I always want to create, and it comes down to energy and time, and I just try to create as much content as I can every single day and then take it day by day. But I do, yeah, Legendary Guide 2025 should happen at some point. It is mostly just the previous, but it'll probably happen after this event season because I'm worried they'll add more. It wouldn't surprise me if we see more legendaries every single year, the same way they've been doing for the past 2 years. They've added new ones. So the previous legendary guide should have everything except for Heatran and Jirachi. Maybe it doesn't have Darkrai as well, but I should have separate guides on all 3 of those things as well. But it's a good question. It's a great question. Someone else asked, let's talk about incubators. I am at the point, I'm sure a lot of you guys know, I am no longer, don't worry, I'm no longer going to spend any more time discussing incubators and chump buckets, at least for the foreseeable future. I've gotten my points out. I've gotten my discussion across. I think it's really important when something happens that you perceive as negative. It's really important to critique it and offer positive solutions and changes and talk about it, right? But if you just do that same thing every single day and never make any positive changes, or like it's out of your control, well, at that point, you're just looping, right? So I don't want to be the person who's just looping. I'm pretty good about this usually. We're just going to move on. We've done our topic, we've done our discussion. You guys know my thoughts on it. Now it's time to just play the Iron Man and have some fun. That's where we're at. So good morning, everybody. Let's get over to the daily news, upcoming events. There is an event bright and early tomorrow. Let me make sure I have this over here. Well, first things first, dude, this is crazy. I feel like Spheal Team 6, aka this year's Spheal Team 7, which are different players, but like some of the same players. I feel like these players are fucking hungry because look at this, dude. This is the Shiny Wars leaderboard for PokeMMO. The first place team has 1,800 points. They are 500 points above second place. This is ludicrous. The score differential. I think that these players are fucking hungry to prove themselves. Last year, I know that last year's Field Team 6 just barely lost the previous year's Shiny. They got second place, and that got them. That really that hit them deep, and they were really upset about it. And they had in that year where they got second place in Shiny by like a few points, like 50 or less points. They had a player reach the driest streak in PokeMMO history, going 475k dry, as well as many players who went 150k dry. Not to excuse, oh, they should have won. I don't think that's fair to say or true. The team that beat them worked extremely hard and most likely deserved to win. At that point, anybody, but like that's how it goes. There's RNG and shiny hunting. It is what it is. any team that wins Shiny Wars deserves to win at the end of the day. And what I'm seeing here is Field Team 7. The point is they're fucking hungry, and I think they want to prove themselves, because a lot of people were saying things like, oh, they weren't that good, Team Mr's not that good. And not that this team is all Team Mr, but a fair bit of it. You know, there's a lot of Team Mr members that I'm rooting for. People like Fawn, people like Essence, I believe, people like Totes, Skitty, Ginger Matt, Kuroshi. You know, there's a lot of Psycho, there's a lot of amazing big shunners here. Clue. So many shunners in here that I've shunted with in the past in different wars, and they're hungry is all I wanted to say, and they got to stay hungry, and this is so fucking impressive. Yeah, their lead over second place would be 33rd as a team. In other words, they are in the lead by more than 70 teams. Yeah, I don't know the math. I don't know the math, but it's just crazy. It's just they're hungry, man. They're hungry. Anyways, all right. New catch events, boys. Upcoming catch events. Centrit Spotlight, Wednesday the 23rd of July, 2 p.m. ET. This is tomorrow, so as you're watching the stream recap, probably today, 2 p.m. ET. Kanto 5 Eyelid Meadow. I love this location. I've spent a lot of time here in the past. 1 hour to catch as many Centrit, Furret, Hoppip, and Togetic as possible. Nature Bonus Timid. And then there is a shiny Centrit up for grabs. Catch events are amazing if you've never done them. They're great for Ironman accounts, great for main accounts, a great way to break up some monotony and have some fun along the way and have a chance for an overarching prize. And then we have the upcoming Behemoth catch event as well. This is a great Ironman catch event. I would guess that a lot of main accounts might not come to this event because they don't really care for shiny Behemoth. It's not the greatest visual change, although I do love it as a very unique Pokemon. We come in peace. This is on the 27th of July at noon ET. Route 14 Unova, Behemoth, Drifblim, Jigglypuff, Mianfu, Goldug. All these details can be found on the PokeMMO forums as well. First place, shiny Elgium. And there you go. That's the upcoming events. And I'll see you guys with any more stream recap stuff. I see some people talk about the Gamer 2020 stuff. The biggest thing that I always tell people whenever anybody gets banned in PokeMMO is all you can do is say, I hope that if they didn't break the rules, they get unbanned. And if they did break the rules, they stay banned. This happens with anybody regardless of the person, right? And I always say the problem in PokeMMO is that when people get banned, there's not really bot farms that exist in PokeMMO. I've explained this many times, but a lot of people still don't know, right? I can't. People are saying that apparently there was a VOD of that person botting on stream. I don't know if that's true. Yeah. The biggest thing I recommend to people is when someone gets banned and they say, I didn't do it, you've got to remain neutral. You can't be the person, oh, they for sure, he's my friend, he for sure didn't do it. Like, there's no way I know it. Like, you never know. Friends can still make, humans are humans, they make mistakes, and that's okay. That doesn't mean you should stop being friends with them. It's a great example, right? But at the same time, you can't be like, oh, he for sure did it, but you also can't be like, oh, he for sure didn't do it. When someone gets banned, what I always say, once again, it's just, I hope that whatever happens, I don't know. That is between the devs and the player. And the biggest thing is, if the devs ever are false banning people, number one, what's the why? What's the benefit there? Why would they ever false ban someone? It's just deleting players from their game. It hurts their revenue, especially someone who like spends a lot of money. Why would they want to false ban someone who spends a lot of money in the game? You know, that's another great like logic check. That like they wouldn't want to. If anything, they would want to not do that at all costs, right? But they don't want to ban whales, right? And then the other thing is just, yeah, it just sucks. I'm getting lost on track, so apologies. It's just a shitty situation is the main thing. Whenever someone gets banned, it's sad, whether they deserve it or not. And you can't really I recommend not throwing your hat in the ring too aggressively, because you just never know. And the hope is with Discord logs and texts and all the logging information that we have right now, it's really hard to keep stuff secret, right? When like government texts are getting leaked, I bet you that if a PokeMMO dev was improperly banning people or there was some drama like that, it would come out. My guess is that stuff like this just comes out. That is the ultimate defeater of most conspiracy theory stuff these days. It's like, most stuff was just going to come out, man. It's just hard to keep anything a secret like that, but that's just, I could be wrong. Let's go ahead and jump into PokeMMO and actually play the game, have some fun. There's been too much drama recently in the PokeMMO scene, man. Let's just have fun, play this beautiful game that I love so much, and jump into it. Woo! Is Fraught super dry, dude? Good luck to him, man. See the new Mega? No, I did not. What's the new Mega, man? You make a Dragonite? No, I have not. That's pretty cool, man. Shiny Vulpix. Oh my god, those stats are disgusting. Congratulations. Yo, what's up, dude? What's up? What's up? How you doing, dude? Move this over. No chat on screen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me also get this. I'm a little out of it today. I was really sick yesterday, and I'm still a little uncomfy physically, but we're okay. We can stream, you know. Feeling better. I'm feeling a bit better. Feeling a bit better. Thank you for asking. Still, dude, good luck to you, Clarko. Okay. All right, another beautiful day on the Iron Man account. We have an Alpha Yanmega to go ahead and catch. I love this Pokemon. It's actually a Frisk Pokemon. Alpha Yanmega can be a relevant Frisk Thief Pokemon for very certain spots where you need the higher speed. You don't need it for everything, but it's a very relevant, very usable Frisk Thief Pokemon. I probably should let my spin to. That was a little bit of a mistake, but that's okay. I'm going to Dragon Claw this, try to get it down, chip down the HP. 30% HP there, and I'll see you guys hopefully with a good catch. All right. Did you ever get Zappy Pappy? Did I ever get the Zappy? The problem is I like to try to keep stuff like that secret for the Iron Man series. I know it's a little annoying, but I don't want to spoil stuff if people are watching the Iron Man series blind, you know. I do play it. I love playing the account live, but it's kind of like if you miss it, you missed it sort of thing. I feel, you know, if you really wanted to, Austin, you could go check the VODs. I feel bad. I don't want to like be like super, you know. Yeah, the point of, yeah, it's kind of like if you watch some of the progress live on stream, you were there for the moment, Pog. But if not, you gotta watch the, you know. I could say spoiler warning if I wanted to, but I just don't want to. I like the idea of keeping it like a, you know, contained series. I don't want people, not that you're not doing this. You're asking one quick question about a thing that was lasted for months, Austin. I want to qualify, you're not doing this, but I don't want people to come in. A lot of people come in like all the time and ask like, oh, did you complete this goal? Like, oh, did you do all the regions? Did you do this? Did you do this? And it's like, you're like, at that point, like, you're not even watching the series. You're just coming in live to ask me what I've done. And what's the point of me recording and logging all my progress so meticulously if people are just going to come in, and ask, what's the, so there's a certain, there's a certain thing. Still go watch though. It depends. A lot of stuff stays secret. A lot of people didn't see that I got a certain shiny in the last episode on stream. I kept it hidden. There's a lot of stuff that can stay hidden, you know? Oh, I see what you're saying though. Yeah, no, that is no Valley. I see what you're saying. I do play a ton of other games, Chamberlain. Yeah, not super. It depends on like how busy I am in PokeMMO, depending on how many other games I play. Over yesterday during my break day, I was feeling really shitty, and I wanted to. I played Minecraft yesterday. I have like a Forever World that I work on just passively, and then also I played Final Fantasy 13, at least a little bit of it. I've always wanted to complete this game. Final Fantasy 13 is the only Final Fantasy that I ever played, and I actually think it's fucking beautiful. I've only ever played the first like 3 or 4 chapters, and I always get stuck at a point. But I'm trying to replay it as an adult and not get stuck, because I usually got stuck, growing up. I'm hoping I should be better at video games now to where I don't get stuck. But this game was all the characters, like Final Fantasy 13 is really beautiful. It's really cringy if you look at it objectively, but it kind of does reach to something, you know? Ooh, I would just, you could DM Rach on Discord, girl, without a fairy. You could make a forum post, but that makes it more public. I would try to reach out to one of the staff members privately, whether on a forum DM or a Discord DM. That's what I'd recommend personally. Have you beaten the first gym yet? Oh, it's a great question. It's a great question. Don't know about the Pokemon account. Go to Among Us or whatever. How to spell it for the Alpha, and Alpha doesn't count. I wonder if it's the same for you. It doesn't count among. Huh? Among Us. Is that? I wonder if it's like an alphabet problem. That's so weird. That's so weird if it wouldn't count a specific Pokemon after the I don't know, man. That's so strange. Yo, what's up, Karth? That's up to financial decisions like that. Always up to you, man. I know it's a boring answer, but yeah, I never played. So I've played a fair bit of MMOs, but I'm always under the presumption of dude, I don't know how anybody, if you can play multiple MMOs, more power to you. I can't do it, dude. It's just too much. I've never played Final Fantasy 14. Like, if I take a break from, if I'm playing like I have to like take a break from the MMO to play a different one, if that makes sense. Like when I play like classic WoW, I took a break from old school RuneScape. I can't play both, man. It's just too much for me personally. MMOs are just so, you know, fully, what's it called? Too much content. I respect you saying that. There's very few games where I felt like there was too much content. Now, the older I get, I'm sure the more I'll feel that way. I feel that way with Project Zomboid, and that's not a knock against Project Zomboid. Project Zomboid is a very like incredible developer like point. It's an insane game. It's an insanely beautiful game. But goddamn, it's too much for me. I bought Project Zomboid probably in the last year or so, and I was like, I'm too old to learn a game like this. Or like I don't have the time. It was really not the age. I don't like limit myself like that arbitrarily, but I was like, I don't have the time to learn something like this, you know. I'm honored you feel that way, Papa Slackin. The best PokeMMO content. You're too generous, dude. Thank you so much. Okay, let me it is from my custom strings, Fubo. Let me actually link you because it's not so easy to find. Here's the video about the new custom strings. Okay, dude, have fun, Papa Nut. And that game is so open-ended. I respect it so much. Couldn't get into it. I never played DayZ, but I watched people play it. My computer couldn't run it back in the day, but I watched people stream it. New custom strings being like within the past few months or so, Picanzo. You might be caught up if you've seen them. Super strings. Okay. All right, we caught ourselves the Yanmega. 31 attack, 31 defense. This is a fantastically statted Pokemon. It needs to be. I would love to have a competitive Yanma. I actually have a breed prepared for that today. A little bit of a spoiler alert. Let's go back to our PC and I'll actually run through everything. Let's just head over to a daycare and I'll run through. I have 10 breeds prepared, as well as about 38, 35, 37, somewhere in that number, rare eggs to just fish for a rare shiny for as well. How did Nintendo not do Pokemon yet? If you Google will Pokemon ever get shut down, I have a video that answers that exact question. Will PokeMMO ever get shut down? Here's the video that answers that exact question. Dude, I always I'm a Rust goblin. I've never played Rust. I love watching people stream Rust. Rust is like, how do I explain it? Rust is like my favorite stream game that I don't play, that I love to watch people play. It's so... Rust is always the best fucking content. Oh my god. Rust is always... There's always drama. It's always like... In like a good way, you know? Oh, it's so good. Do me a huge favor and look at Whismur Back Sprite. I'm scared to do so. It's always a fucking... Yeah, it's always cinema, dude. It's always... That's so real. Rust is always cinema. Actually so real. What's up, Emmy? Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, Anoki. How you doing today? What are you up to in PokeMMO today? What's everybody's goals right now? Pokemon Champions. Is that the new, like, stadium-like coming out? I remember when that was revealed. That is, like, the only... Pokemon Champions might be the only, like, mainline Pokemon game I've been excited for in quite a while. Yeah, fossils were buffed, I want to say 7 months ago, Quantum. I think it was back during, which is still in the MMO lifespan, that's recent. If it's within the past, I think if it's within the past 2 years, I still call that a recent change, you know? MMOs are long marathons, not sprints, you know? Hell, dude, getting your first, it's such a massive step up, King. Good luck to you, dude. Getting your Jimmy run started, it changes Pokeyen for you. What's up, Miku? Alrighty. We have some breeds to do today. I spent some time off camera setting up 10 breeds. First things first, I'll show you guys the rare breeds. So we've got a few 37 rare egg breeds to go for. Starter Pokemon, Fossilmons, just fishing for that egg shiny on the Iron Man. It's so unlikely it'll happen. Maybe one day after I do 30,000 eggs, it'll happen. But here are the 10 breeds that I actually have. So I want to go ahead and go through each of these one by one. So this might be a bit of a long clip. Let's just enjoy the process. This is just a breeder. 2x31 attack defense. Not a whole lot to talk about that. Just going to go through with that, right? A fair bit of these are just going to be breeders trying to build up space in the PC and trying to get rid of stuff. We're going to move this over for now. Spoink and Snubble. This is just a field A group breeder. I'm actually bracing the HP. This is a weird breed. I'm bracing HP and speed at 23 and 21. It's weird, but having a Mon with 20 plus in those 5 stats is so crucial for those breeds, and I really, really need that. So I'm gonna go, and it's crucial for clearing PC space and saves me a lot of time in the future when it comes to breeding a breeder for a breeder, if you've heard me say that phrase enough times yet. Next up, we have Vulpix Undotrio, another just field egg group breeder. That is 2x31, I believe, in HP and defense, and then 27 plus in Spadef. So it's all the defenses, which is nice. Yeah, when it comes to making these breeders, I usually do, on an Iron Man account, I don't care about choosing between male and female because generally, I'll have to breed them up one more time anyway, but it depends. Sometimes you gotta just, you know, some of them I might make male specifically. Like this is one that I might make male specifically. I don't want it to come out as a Sandshrew. Some of these I could pay for. It depends. It's a bit tougher on an Iron Man about choosing gender because you just never know what's going to be complete. This one has nature, so that's a good example of why you should actually pay for the male gender, because you want to, that'll be to finish up a breed. This will be a fantastic breeder to have in the box. Field egg group, 20 plus in HP, attack, defense, Spadef, speed, and then adamant nature. That'll be a fantastic male egg group breeder. I should think about the male genders a little bit more. It was a good call from chat. Next up, Patrat and Sun. It's a great example of it's not worth to pay gender here because this is just a random 2x31 breed to save space. A lot of field egg group. I have a lot of field egg group breeders, so cutting down on those will be nice. Next up, now this one is our first non-breeder. This is hopefully going to give me a usable / decent Yanmega. I love Yanma and Yanmega as Pokemon. Really fun Pokemon. Speed boost. I don't think no Quiver Dance, right? Speed boost with like Bug Buzz and something to try to boost your attack and get some damage. You can go Specs, you can go, you know, Life Orb, usually Life Orb. It's a very frail Pokemon, but it can pop off really, really hard. Really, really hard. So we're hoping for at least medium roll on Spadef there. Speed can honestly low roll. We'll have speed boost to make up for that. 31 HP, 31 defense, 31 Spatak. I'm breeding through. I'm gonna make this female because I want to be able to rebreed this in the future if possible. I'm going through. I'm gonna put an Electrovulsion case. Should I? Yeah, why not? I'm going through a lot of this very quickly, but I should remind you guys or tell you guys, each of these Pokemon that I'm breeding, dude, this is probably, these 10 breeds on an Iron Man account are probably, now it's less hours of work than if I was going for a specific breed, because that's actually harder. Going for like that 5x31 Charizard took like 30 hours, right? These are probably like, this is probably 10 hours of work, right? Combined, maybe a little bit more. All the alphas caught here, all the Pokeyen for all the bands, all the Everstone farming, all the Pokemon catching, right? I would say that these 10 breeds, probably about an hour per breed on average, if you calculate in everything, you know? Yeah. Did I make a mistake? Okay, that's hilarious if I said that was, I'm surprised that didn't happen sooner. We do have our first mistake. Apparently, I paired up 2 males. That doesn't work in Pokemon, unfortunately. Sorry. Okay. We're going to keep going. 2 Abras, humanoid A group breeders. 31 HP, 25 defense. Am I just hoping for a roll? I forget what this was. What am I hoping here? Am I hoping for this Spatak roll? I guess I don't really care about the Spatak roll. I think I'm just trying to get a humanoid. I want this to be a male. Humanoid male A group breeder that is 31 HP, 25 plus. All defenses and the speeds. Defenses and speeds are what matter as a breeder. And you can factor in attack or special attack. Both of those can roll and those come out. You're going to see a lot of breeds on an Iron Man account that look way riskier than on a main account. You would not normally go through with these breeds on a main account. Next up, another Yanma breed. Similar situation, but this one could be a breeder, but it'll have to be bred up multiple times. That we're not going to worry about gender for. Just a 2x31 bug A group breeder. And then moving on to coughing and wheezing. So I actually do really want a reactive gas wheezing. If this rolls a usable nature, which could be many, many things, 27 HP, 31 defense, 31 spadef, 29 plus attack. This could be an amazing Weezing. Reactive Gas Weezing is a glue Pokemon that holds OU together and in a way that some might not agree with. It's a very, very powerful Pokemon. For those who don't know, Reactive Gas is an ability that disables all abilities on the battlefield, and a lot of Pokemon rely on their abilities to be relevant. So that is that final like set up breed that I spent the time to do off camera. That took about, I want to say, at least 1 or 2 hours, a full movie, an hour and a half. I was pretty inefficient, but set up those 10 breeds. It was tough to find the breeds in my boxes. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and breed all these rares together as well. Just random. Doesn't matter about the gender, whatever. Randomly roll all that stuff. And I'll see you guys after this. We'll start our gym rerun. And now, what's with the incubator buff, I will be able to hatch eggs while doing my gym rerun, which is crazy to think about, but it's PokeMMO in 2025, baby. All right. All right, okay. What is a good late game goal for me to start working on completing the storylines? Wait, I'm not sure if I understand. I would seriously recommend completing all the storylines is so important. Completing all this, think of completing all the storylines in PokeMMO as fuck, no, it wasn't. You weren't the reason. I love you though, Sean. I love that Patrat. Think of completing the storylines in PokeMMO is very similar to getting level 60 in Classic WoW. Like, that's where the game begins, you know, for at least for the end game hardcore players. I myself, as a casual Classic WoW player, got to level 60, got my epic mount, farmed for a bit in Ungora Crater, and quit the game. And I consider myself a casual. I put a few hundred hours into that game within 2 to 4 weeks. Easily played 100. I think I played 116 hours a week when I played Classic WoW for 2 to 4 weeks, and I'm still a casual in that game, you know. Still a casual there. MMOs are complex, man. MMOs are complex. Tranquil Tuesday. I think we got all of it out. I think due to I think I've gotten all my rage out via the YouTube comments. I think as long as I'm not talking about incubators or charms today, it's gonna be it's good. You know, we're just chilling. I think I've gotten all my tilt out debating with people who don't shiny hunt about shiny hunting, so I think we're good now. I think that's the I think we've gotten through it all, you know, Poggies. I think it is what it is, man. No crash out challenge. Okay, I don't know about no crash outs. It's only much as One Piece. That's fair game, you know. That's fair game. Impossible. Depends what you define as a crash out. Some people define any amount of passionate raising of the voice as a crash out, which I understand. Everybody's bar is different. My bar is very different. Something that I like, my emotions are very, very different, as many of you may know. My emotions are very different than the average person. If I like, to me, a 2 out of 10 angry is a lot of people's like 8 out of 10, right? I have to factor in that my emotions are way different. It is what it is, you know. The One Piece episode said it was so good. I'm happy to hear it, man. I'm rooting for the One Piece fans that enjoy the show, and you know, there you go. No crash outs. We're chilling, dude. Breakfast is 6. That's what I'm saying, Sean. Like, I hate to say 10 out of 10. I've been a 10 out of 10 many times in my life. I've never been 10 out of 10 angry on stream. Not even close. I think the angriest I've ever been, I think it was Boom Bap, and I was probably at like a 6 to a 7, maybe an 8. The first time, but I would say 6 to a 7. 6 to 8. That was the angriest I've ever been on stream, was the Boom Bap discussion. Not the last one I was chill, but no, I haven't seen the Mega I've heard people talking about it. I haven't seen Mega Dragonite. That's where I really, dude, just Andy, I can't thank you enough. That's where I'm trying to be at. Like, it's pretty rare. Like, most positions, we're playing a video game. Good luck to you, Fairy. Most positions in a video game are valid to hold. Like, it's pretty hard to have an invalid opinion. You can have invalid opinions to hold. Like, like the earth being flat, right? Well, even that, I'm not a flat earther, but like if someone was like, I just feel like the earth is flat, I'd be like, okay, science disagrees with you, but I guess technically I can't argue against your feelings. Like if that's your position, you know, I feel like it, I vehemently disagree with you. I think it's a problem, but technically, if you want to get technical, that is a technically correct thing, right? Or technically it's valid to hold, not correct, but valid to hold. Movie takes later. I would love to do some movie takes. Yeah, we have some. I watched some movies. I watched a fair bit of movies. If you like Dragonair, you'll probably like Mega Dragon. Oh, interesting. Wow, I did not know what to expect. Wow. But yeah, like once again, there's most opinions. Hopefully people know. I've repeated it over and over and over again. I repeated it over and over and over again. That if you like the incubator and chimp bucket updates, I think that's awesome. I think that's cool. There's no problem with that. I can provide a charitable argument where it's like, oh yeah, you think it's a litmus test. If you have a position in your head and there's the opposing position and you can't think of a reasonable way for someone to believe the opposing position, your position's probably very weak. Because what you want to do to create the strongest position possible is fight against the strongest positions possible, right? And I think sometimes people don't, not like, you know, often people don't question their own beliefs, because why would you? There's not really a benefit unless you're like trying to, out of your own sheer will, like have the strongest arguments possible. Most people's positions come out of social norms and come out of what gets them socially accepted, which sucks. That's humans. Humans are very, very social creatures, and that's you know how to most of the time, right? Yeah, I mean the meme is, so yeah, people always say opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one. The meme is they shouldn't be like that, right? You ask me my opinion on if you ask me my opinion on literally almost anything outside of the US, I'm gonna say I have no idea. I have no research understanding. I am very uneducated on outside the you know, like that sort of thing, right? It's very, very interesting. What is this weird coping? You gotta explain yourself right now, Dan Swamp. What do you mean? Use your brain to express your feelings, man. I believe in you. Wait, there's countries outside the US? True, dude. I have to see yeah. I have to see I haven't seen the Mega Dragonite. So, ooh, fun fact, Insomniac. That is a great, so I wouldn't recommend, how do I phrase this? I wouldn't recommend on a main account. I think a Ho-Oh Rerun team is not super worth it, but if you long term, it could be decent progress. On an Iron Man account, if you have Johto done, I think it's an interesting thing to think about, and it's something that I've been thinking about pretty aggressively. I mentioned the title, right, on the Iron Man account. I love a derpy Pokemon, so I'd love to see it. Let me get started on my I'm a former Albion player. Dude, yeah. So as a former RuneScape player, I actually religiously followed Albion Online before it released. I was so excited for Albion Online. I never got into it. So I'll explain what happened. I was following Albion Online as like a 15-year-old. I think I was 15, something like that, very intensely. I was really, really excited for it. As a big RuneScape fan and yada yada yada. But then they announced that it would be not free to play. And that's when little old broke ass 15-year-old Patrouski, you know. Yeah. Would you like to have a weaker take? I don't think I was saying that at all. So this is what this really frustrates me, Dan Swamp, because I think maybe you came in the middle of the conversation, Dan Swamp. Stuff like this really frustrates me because I said right before that, right? What I've been saying over and over and over again is there are two valid takes to have right now. You like the changes because you still think shinies are rare enough. That's awesome. Valid take. You don't like the changes because you don't think they're rare enough. Awesome, valid take. However, there's been a lot of people who don't. We're not talking about, I wasn't even talking about PokeMMO when discussing that sort of thing. This is if you understand any sort of debate, Dan Swamp, right? You want Swamp. I want some Swamp. You understand, if you have a position, you need to understand, you need to have the strongest counter position possible for your position. Does that make sense? It's called steel manning, right? If you aren't arguing against steel man, your position's probably weak. That's all I was saying. I wasn't saying anyone, when you like, it really frustrates. I'm working so hard. It really frustrates me when I work so hard to qualify and to be the most neutral person. I don't know if there's many people on the internet who are as neutral in presenting opinions as I am, and how much I qualify. And it frustrates me when after all that work, people choose not to listen to it because they want to be extremist. Like, I don't know what to do with that, right? I think it's awesome if people like the update, but I've hated that more than ever. I've seen we're gonna go to an example. If you see any hardcore players who are like, oh, any noob, I don't agree with them. That's not an opinion that I agree with, right? I also don't, but what I've seen way more, in my opinion, is players being like, I've literally been told, like, you should shut up, Patrouski, like, don't share your opinion, like, your opinion is not, like, you're just gatekeeping, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's a really scary thought process when people are telling me, like, you shouldn't be sharing your opinion, when it's a very valid one. I'm just saying that I like, well, once again, I don't, we're gonna move on. I don't want my streams to be chum bucket incubator. I'm hopefully more so now talking broad thought process, and this should be stuff that we all understand and agree with. I'm not saying anything that should be remotely, yeah. This hurt. I think you came in, which is really tough with live streams, Dan. And that's, once again, like, I work really, really hard to be charitable, which is why it's so frustrating. Not that you're doing this, but why it's so frustrating when people don't give me that basic charity back, And that's what's happened a lot over this discussion. And a lot of people who don't watch my content or don't watch my streams or have only seen clips are getting a view of me that is incomplete, and that really sucks, man. It sucks. Issues like this are really complicated, and they take a lot of layered gray area discussion. Yeah. Yeah. What was up? Yes, Ironbird. Yes, thank you so much. Redeem Flex, check it out. Dude, nice. 2 times 31, 22k encounters. Congratulations, Usopp. Also, Pikachu, nice name. Nice name, dude. Okay, I'm getting a little distracted. Apologize. I didn't get prepped for my gym rerun. Let me do that. Let me get prepped for my gym rerun. Sorry, I'm getting distracted, boys. I'm a little spacey today. Apologies. I've not been feeling very well this week. That's okay. I feel good enough to play Pokemon today. That's which is, like, that's yesterday. Yesterday my stomach hurt so bad I just couldn't focus on anything. I couldn't do anything. One of those days where, like, your stomach hurts so bad you're just, like, in the fetal position on the couch, like, trying to watch something, I think before any storyline I would try to prep. I would always try to prep some, like, Gyarados or certain things, right? PokeMMO doesn't pull. Yes, it's a great question. Does PokeMMO not pull changes like OSRS? Dude, yes, they don't. And I wish I think the OSRS polling system is very flawed. I like that it exists, and I like it in theory, and that's a whole, like, very opinionated, like, very strong discussion. I don't like that in old school RuneScape you can vote on the polls and affect the permanent future of the game by only having, is it 450 total levels? You could play RuneScape for like 2 to 3 hours and then vote on the future of the game. That's kind of crazy to me. And I'm not saying you should need like 1,000 hours or whatever, something crazy, but hopefully at least a few hundred. Like when it comes to an MMO, when it comes to affecting the future of the game, hopefully you would need some understanding. There's a reason why the age limit to vote in the US is 18, because they expect you to live in the world a bit before you can vote, So I'm hoping, I would be down to see a poll system come to PokeMMO to either do two things. Number one, the problem is with polls, you can't just do hours played, because I always give the example of I shouldn't be allowed to vote on PvP polls, right? I have over 10,000, oh, there you say 500, but over 10,000 hours in the game in total. I don't actively play PvP. A person like me, even with 10,000 hours, should not be allowed to vote in PvP polls because I don't play that part of the game. I'm uneducated in that part of the game. Why would you let me? That feels insane to me personally. Now, if the poll was just a social poll, like I did recently with the straw poll, where I ran like, hey, how do you guys feel about shiny rates increasing, or how do you guys feel about Gen 6? Or like, I really wish the PokeMMO devs just started running social polls just to see where the community stands. I feel like that would help them so much. It would help them create a better game. It would help them with their connection to the players. It would help them without a lot of the hate and hoopla and, you know, bad stuff you have to deal with. I would love to see them just run social polls and see. And I try to do that as a creator, as, you know, the top English creator. Running those polls is really important. Getting that data of seeing where the community stands is crucial to understanding where the masses are, and not just listening to a loud vocal minority, or, you know, vice versa, right? So I might try to start running more polls and like actually linking the straw poll properly, wink wink. So we'll see in the future. I think it's really important data collection. Woo. It's a great question. I would love to see, yeah. I'm more around it. Yep. Yes, that is also a mass. I don't think people are talking about that, but yeah. Yeah, polls are amazing. No, I don't have any special direct contact with them that any player does not have. So I can DM Rach on Discord the same way any player can. And I've DM'd Rach on Discord, I think twice ever. There are many other normal players who have DM'd them and had longer conversation with way more. You can always DM the devs, especially Rach, the most communicative one by far. But I have no, yeah. I'm not, yeah. There's conspiracy. Oh, Patrouski is a paid dev, paid trade. It would be illegal to be paid by PokeMMO and not disclose that to you guys. So I'm not paid by PokeMMO, for whoever needs to hear it. Yeah, even it, so like, yeah, I really do think the polling in OSRS is a valuable feature. I don't love that the devs in OSRS get locked into that decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, you know, that's a little scary. You know, sometimes, yeah. Also a criminal, true. It's a little scary to me in RuneScape, where if it gets above 75% or whatever, the devs have to implement it. I don't like that power being over the devs, but I do want just more. I want more opinions to be heard, and I want people to be hopefully no F. Been so distracted today. Apologies. I'm gonna level up Zapdos today. Turn my reamplifier off. Hopefully that makes sense and comes off okay. Or good. Yeah, and exactly. I really like the idea of the poll system in OSRS. I don't love how it's implemented in OSRS. But the idea is amazing. I like the OSRS devs. Do they have problems? Sure, but like they're probably still some of the best devs in gaming. You know, people will always, if it's your game, people will always find a way to complain about their developers no matter what. Do the PokeMMO devs have problems? Yeah, for sure. But they still do a pretty good job. Obviously, I've disagreed with a lot of things recently, but like they do. I'd rather have the PokeMMO devs than like EA or some like giant corporation that doesn't even communicate with the player base and is like way more profit motive driven. You know? Yes, the different egg colors are a new thing. Thank you, Oz. Okay, I'm gonna go check I got to check my thermostat really quick. I'm getting really warm. Give me 1 sec, boys. I'll be back very, very quick. 1 sec. Hey, good luck to you, Sean. You know what, John D? Fair enough. I will. I did say I would do that, wouldn't I? Didn't I? Not item market. Whisper's not an item. What am I doing, bro? Couple years now. Dude, hey, I'm fortunate. Hey, don't take it to... Dude, Rich Boy, what's up, man? Happy to see you. I'm just a fucking weirdo who loves to play this game and is also fortunate enough to be able to play it for a living to some extent, you know? So, like, that's not... Why does Whisper have a butthole? Oh, God. Oh, geez, oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, God. Why would they... Okay, I guess it's obviously meant to symbolize the growth of his exhaust tails. You sickos. Okay. Obviously, this is normal and not insane. Opium. Would be an audio jack. That is somehow worse to me. But I respect that, okay? I've seen a lot of streamers shiny hunt using auto clickers. You should report those players. That is illegal. Auto clickers are very, very much illegal. Voted for locking in. You're too kind, man. I'm honored. I'm honored, dude. Kicked up for alligator. Yeah, now we're talking, just Andy. Okay. Alrighty, fellas, time for another Jimmy run over on the Iron Man account. We're running a little bit lower on amulet coins. Got to go stock up on these. I need to like do a full restock on like amulet coins and Everstone somewhat soon. Hatching these eggs, I can just do this in between certain gyms. Before I start here, I'll go ahead and do this. You just pop like this. It's honestly really insane to be able to hatch eggs passively. It's kind of nice. I do like how it makes gameplay more engaging, but obviously you've heard my balancing discussion. I'm going to pop the amulet coin, jump into it. Start today's Jimmy run. We are XP training our Zapdos, starting this run at 1,179,000 Pokeyen, and Zapdos is at level 67. I'll see you guys after the full run. Yeah, any auto-clicking, yeah. Sorry, when he says illegal, I assumed he meant illegal from the game, not like by legislation of his local government. But I could be, yeah, it's against TOS, against illegal for the game. We would only ever, legislation laws around my stream, I snooze. Fucking ZZZ, bro. PokeMMO laws, real shit, dude, okay? That's the important stuff. I would like to go for Entei at some point, but we'll see. This PokeMMO stuff is serious, man. That is one of my favorites. Zenarchy has that GIF, created that GIF. One of my favorite GIFs is when he's like, that PokeMMO guy get too serious or whatever. I hate them to her, you. Someone else. People paid me Twitch points to name them the opposite. It's so confusing. I've had people ask me, like, oh, how did Cottony use explosion? What the heck, Patrouski? Are you hacking? Like, I've literally had, and you know, oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Little over the hours, I came up with 2 million yen. I feel like that's pretty good. I mean, it depends. I don't know. It's hard to tell, honestly. Things have changed a lot. Look at me. I'm over 500 hours on the Iron Man, and I'm, you know, at 1.1 mil. That's where the hyper voice comes from. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Keep that a secret. Zapdos has many use cases for PVM. Zapdos is the best Pokemon to glue together Morimoto and Cynthia refights, as well as certain raids like Gyarados. Yeah, Zapdos is the most powerful legendary Pokemon in PokeMMO. Like, almost hands down. You could argue maybe Heatran. Zapdos is extremely powerful in PvP, extremely powerful in PVM. Zapdos is so good, man. Other Jimmy runs? I don't know. I haven't kept a good track of it, JFM. To give you the honest answer, I don't know. Kind of a boring answer, but advice for someone 60k dry. It's really boring. It's honestly, there's not great advice. Just keep pushing through. You got to just keep pushing through and get angry. Maybe if that helps you, get angry and fucking keep getting encounters and yeah, keep going. Yeah, 60k more. Yeah. Dino Wars is a fickle beast, man. Is your Typhlosion? It's a little tough right now on the run, but it's not that crazy. Let me weave them out. They're both modest. These are on the Iron Man account, so they're not the best. One double 31, which is fantastic, and then one is 28, 26. Then obviously EVs are very simple. 2v2 attack, 2v2 speed. One is charcoal, one is specs. I showed how to make these Typhlosions on the in the progress series. If you want to see anything I've ever made or ever done on the Iron Man account, every single Sunday I upload an Iron Man progress video, as well as, you know. Yeah, trade evos are not allowed. Great question. Great question. So you can actually, we didn't know, Fairy, before when I created the account. We thought about, that was one of the most discussed things, was should we allow trade evos? Because we were concerned about if we could do the Pokedex. But every trade evo is loreable in the wild. So you can complete the Pokedex without trade evos. So trade evos are not allowed in my rule set. I'd like to share with you my karma experience. I've been laughing at your Zapdos, Jail, and now it's my turn on it. How many encounters deep are you, dude? I hope you get lucky. Good luck to you. Happy, I appreciate it, man. I think I genuinely am at the point, yeah. I know I've probably talked about this many times, but yeah, someone said an official Iron Man mode would be great. I am genuinely pushing to the point where I think it's like so important. I think an official Iron Man mode would allow them to keep doing updates that make the game easier in certain ways, but still have a mode where hardcore players can play at an increased difficulty. Yeah, like now more than ever, it is crucial. Exactly. Now more than ever, it is crucial to have an Iron Man mode. Tedious, what are you doing here, bro? When is UIM? I thought about doing an Ultimate Iron Man in PokeMMO. It would actually be like really fucking interesting. So a UIM, for those who don't know, would be a Pokemon account that would not have access to the PC. So you would have to almost always leave a slot to like catch wild mons, or like leave slots for breeds. You would have to keep a catching Breloom in your party to catch Pokemon. You'd have to keep at least one. You'd probably cut a Typhlosion from your Jimmy Run team. You wouldn't do this strategy for your Jimmy Run team because it wouldn't be worth it. Or you would have to for a good example of this is the type of shit UIMs would do on old school RuneScape. Imagine if every single time you wanted to do a Jimmy Run, you had to go catch a wild Torkoal every morning and with Explosion and go catch a Cottony with Tailwind. That's the kind of shit that Ultimate Iron Man do on RuneScape, and it's the kind of shit that you'd have to do on PokeMMO. I think it'd be really interesting. It'd be really, really interesting to have an Ultimate Iron Man mode in PokeMMO. It would make the gameplay so much more tedious. It sounds insane. It's the kind of shit you would do in RuneScape, man. It would be really fucking interesting. It'd be really, really interesting. It would totally change the metas, totally change the play styles. On an Ultimate Iron Man style of account, the thing that matters the most is your path. If you take the wrong path and you do something too early, so for example, let's say you get, you know, your Typhlosion too early and it has to sit in your party, you've wasted a party slot now for possibly hundreds of hours. That can be a downside, you know? You have to plan hundreds of hours out from the start on an Ultimate Iron Man. That would be the ultimate goal. If PokeMMO ever released an Iron Man mode and an Ultimate Iron Man mode in the same update, and I had to start from scratch, I might create an Ultimate Iron Man. I would love to try to be the first like Ultimate Iron Man to do certain things on PokeMMO. I feel like it'd be super, super interesting. One life account, but dude, happy to see you. Thank you for popping in chat, Tedious. What the fuck, man? Honored to have you, dude. RuneScape legend right there, for those who don't know. You know, hopefully everybody here knows, but you know, hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, man. Like, you know, things are always up and down. Really busy nowadays, but good. Really good, you know. Lucky to be here. Honored to fucking see you, dude. God damn. Let's go over, seriously, thanks for popping in. Okay, Castelia's sitting next for the Jimmy Run. My girlfriend. Yes, that's so fair. I know a lot of people are into the cards. I'm not a huge. I've been into the Pokemon cards in the past. I'm not super actively into them. I do have one deck built from back in the day when I used to play a little bit competitively. Night March, one of the most fun. Like, from out of all the card games that I've played, Night March in Pokemon, just one of the most fun decks to ever pilot. It's about dumping your whole deck into your graveyard by like turn 2. It was really broken for its time, which I don't love, but it was a lot of fun to play. Happy to hear it, man. What's your favorite? I don't even know the TCG that well, but what's your favorite card, Tedious? You could trade the money over to your main account, buy the RP with the money from the iron. What about RP? I saw a video of someone say you could trade the money over to your main. If you're trading on an Ironman account, you're not an Ironman account. You know, that's... And mail it back. You can't trade on or mail on an Ironman account. If someone is doing that, they're not playing an Ironman account, in my opinion. They're playing a different... You know, like a group Ironman or something. Which, you know, there are different restrictions, but... If you're trading or, you know, that's immediately, you know... This is why we need an official Ironman mode in PokeMMO and why it would be so amazing to see, right? Like having those official rules, because I just have my rule set. Maybe the official rule set will be a little bit different. We'll have to see. What's up, Scaldin? Regards Bonsly. Bonsly is cool. My favorite I probably can grab it. Give me one sec. I actually do have my favorite Pokemon card. Give me one sec. Okay, my favorite Pokemon card. I'm not a Pokemon collector. Don't see like I have a handful of graded cards, but don't see these and think I'm some Pokemon collector. I'm really not. I probably would start again. Nick, for sure. I probably would. What's that? I mean, just an account that cannot trade or use the GTL is the simple explanation. There are a few other qualifications that go into it, but yeah. This is my favorite Pokemon card. I love this card because this set was all about like really cute Pokemon. Pachirisu, Pikachu, Eevee. Like this was like a very girl boss is the best way to put it. Like girl boss, Sastia, like Slay set. It was a very cutesy set. And then for some reason, the fucking trolls over at the Pokemon Company were like, let's put Stunfisk blowing a kiss to the camera, to the player in this set. And that is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. The Pokemon Company is fucking troll with some of their arts and decisions, and I respect the hell out of it. So that is my favorite. That's always been my favorite Pokemon card for that reason. Yes. Have I heard about the Lunatone strat? Not only have I heard about it, I will be building it today. It's a great... Yeah, Jinx Boone put out a really cool guide. Really clean guide. Check out Jinx Boone on YouTube if you haven't already. Really clean guide on it. I'm excited to use that. No, I totally... Let me be said. I totally agree. I totally get it, man. I totally get it. The card number and set. Let me check. I think it's from like Radiant... Something like something collections. It's a mini set. It's only a 20 card set. Well, in Japanese it was called Shiny Collections. I believe in English it's either Radiant or Legendary or something like that. It's card 12 out of 20 in Shiny Collection, but that is the Japanese and English name sets are usually a little bit different. It was like a mini set within I know that's the case. So I loved, dude, I can't tell you how many Dragon's Vault I opened up. Oh, that is what I opened up. So many Dragon Vault. Is it Dragon Vault or Dragon? The Dragon Vault boxes. I loved that set growing up, but I opened up now they're so fucking expensive. I still have the I kept the packaging. I was so like growing up, like I was so broke that like when I opened Pokemon, it was a really big deal. I kept all the packs, the loose packs. So I still have the loose packs of like my Dragon Vault openings that when I was really young, you know? That was back in 2012. I was probably 14. Yeah, 14. And then, but yeah, Dragon Vault is called Dragon Selection in, I believe, Japan. Really cool set. Really, really cool set. Jimmy Run is better than Cloyster, yes. Jimmy Runs are definitely about... I want to say 2 times. Like they're much better than trainer reruns for sure. They're still now trainer reruns are still good to do on top of it. If you're only doing your trainer rerun, I'd recommend definitely getting a Jimmy Run team and either only doing that or doing both. They're both something you can only do really once a day. Cloyster you can do like every 6 hours, right? The trainer rerun strat. So that's honestly a big positive over the Jimmy Run strat. Oh, that's all. I mean, you're not wrong, Bruno. You're not wrong. I didn't mean it like that, but you know what I mean. The first two Pokemon set up Sun to help increase my damage to one-shot everything, and then this one sets up Tailwind. So one fixes my damage, one fixes my speed, and that allows me to one-shot everything. I have many videos on this topic. Yeah. If you look up Jimmy Run Guide PokeMMO, I have at least 3 different videos on my channel that go over different strategies, and there are other great creators who have made other great guides other than just me, you know. Rumel is flaming me. Okay, Rumel in chat is flaming me on Step Up, which is an app about getting steps. I'm fucking sitting on my ass playing poke. I'm at work, bro. W Omega Lol. I'm at my fucking J Omega Lol B, bro. Come on, man. I can't. What do you want me to do, bro? Get the fucking standing desk and the treadmill? I do need to be walking. Me and my wife we slowed down on getting our steps in. We got to get back to it, working on other goals. It is what it is. It is really... There's something really funny about Twitch chat being able to flame me in another area. Not even just on stream now. Now it's on... Now we're flaming my fucking steps, bro. Is cooked. There was a mobile port. Yeah, but I have a fucking iPhone, which sucks. My mistake. Okay, yeah, I'm so down, TDS. Why not, man? I'm so down. Yeah, yes, the Teddy Ursa in that set. Yeah, exactly. So you know that set was like, it's such a fucking troll. It's such a really cute set, a lot of cutesy Pokemon, and then for some reason, I love the Stunfist thrown into that set. Did a lot of home. I'm sure. I think I'm a person. Maybe this is just cope. I'm a person who like I just like what's it called? I'm already multitasking so much on stream. I feel like if I had a walking pad, I already like stumble over my words enough. I feel like if I had a walking pad, it might be too much. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I could fucking handle it. Maybe I should step up to the challenge, ironically. I also like walking outside, to be fair. Whenever I go on walks, getting steps and getting my steps in, going on walks is a great excuse for me to touch grass. Go outside. Yeah, dude, that's fucking awesome, Tedious. There you go. Hell yeah, man. Okay, that's really funny, Usopp. That is, man, that would be a funny, if I crash out, I have to like run a mile. Okay, that is a funny, that is a great, that's awesome. Dude, I'm happy to hear it. If I'm saying your name wrong, you're allowed, if I ever say you're allowed to yell at me if I say your name wrong. Is it Bude or Bued? I'm so sorry. I've definitely butchered that. Thank you for watching, dude. I'm just lucky there's enough people that love this game that allow me to be here, man. Much love to you, dude. Do both while constantly. It's probably really fucking good, man. Why do you pronounce walk as walk and not walk? What do we say? Walk? Is this like the woof? Is this like the woof thing? I've learned that some people say wolf, and I say woof, like a normal person, true and real, based. Does some people say walk? That sounds crazy. Just say walk. I cook on my walk, and I also take walks. There you go. You know, there's no social context to where I feel like you'd be confused of which walk I'm talking about. You know, maybe I'm wrong, but so PokeMMO has always added new gens to the game, dev, and I don't think they'll stop anytime. Like, a lot of new PokeMMO players don't realize that we just got Johto in 2023, right? Nobody says it right. I try though, you know. I will not yell at you. Well, that's generous. You could have. You had the opportunity. You can like save that for later. You can bank the opportunity. Dude, good for you. No, but it doesn't need to be the best. Yeah, but like people, it's a great point. Some people obsess over, too many people get analysis paralysis on getting the best exercise ever instead of just getting some exercise, you know? I'm guilty of that. I get it, you know? No, not on the main account. I'm not doing Heatran again. I don't really think it's super worth it to Pema, but I could be wrong. I have a video called, if you look up everything we know about Gen 6, I have a in-depth like 40-minute PokeMMO video that goes over all my thoughts on Gen 6. If you Google, I'm sorry, I know I'm doing that a lot. I'm doing the if you Google that, guys, but I do recommend. Yeah, no, I talked about that. I talked about it already, Skippy. Absolutely. I talked about, you might have seen the comment on the video. It was a good guide. Just on a Heatran. I just don't, I could go for that. I don't care about the main account anymore, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to go into it, but I'm just not. It's exactly, Rumel. Like, yes. One walk a day versus no walk a day is literally, like, probably years added to your life, you know? Like, yeah, absolutely. What's up, Konkitsu? Happy to see you, dude. If you Google what's the best money-making method PokeMMO, you'll find plenty of videos on that topic. I always recommend Googling questions before asking in stream, just because you might get an answer faster. That's really what it is. If I look up best money-making methods, PokeMMO, there's also so there's best new player money-making methods 2025. There is best Pokemon to breed for profit. I have a video called 63 moneymakers in PokeMMO. You know, I have hundreds of videos on money-making in PokeMMO, and videos that are detailed and scripted and created to answer that question is going to be a lot better than me on a live stream trying to recall what's the best money-making method when I'm not even playing a main account anymore. I'm playing an Iron Man account, you know, like, yeah. Video content is better for specific guides or questions. If the guides don't exist, you know, let me know. If there were no Pokemon, when would you play? What MMO would I play? Probably Classic WoW. The real question, well, if the question is what MMO, probably Classic WoW. If the question is what game, probably Magic the Gathering. There's always another thing. There's so many things in this world that I love. If PokeMMO and RuneScape were blasted off the, yeah, maybe SSX Tricky, like if those two games were blasted off the planet tomorrow, I have so many fallbacks of just things that I'm passionate about. Thankfully, I'm really lucky to be like, I really care about a lot of things, you know? I mean, playing the Dark Souls franchise would be, I put about an hour and a half into Dark Souls 1 and like an hour and a half into Elden Ring. I just couldn't get connected to them. I want to sit down 1 week and dedicate a whole week to playing the Dark Souls franchise and really sticking with it and learning them and giving my thoughts. I think, so this is a great question. If you were to make an Iron Man mode for PokeMMO, how would you treat obtaining hidden ability Pokemon? Would it still just be through RNG, through alphas, or would you make it something else? I am a big fan of, if they make the Iron Man mode official, I don't want them to make things easier for Iron Man, right? If someone is playing an Iron Man account, they're doing it because they want that restriction. If they make the Iron Man game mode official, I'd heavily prefer if they actually don't balance the game around Iron Man. That is a huge, you know, consistent opinion of mine. However, I've said before, I would be okay with them. I like the idea of there being a very small chance to randomly encounter hidden ability Pokemon in the wild. I would love to see a nerf to alphas. Maybe make alphas only spawn once per IRL day as opposed to 3 per IRL day, but then maybe extend the length, because the biggest concern is, if you only have 1 spawn per day, sometimes you miss out on it. And that's, I mean, you're gonna miss, sometimes you can't let FOMO balance everything, but you also don't want people to feel so bad. I think if you extend the like, if you make the alpha last like 3 to 6 hours, right, and then only have 1 spawn per day, I like that a lot more than the current system, what's it's doing to the current market. So there's that, as well as, so there's changes I would want not related to the Iron Man. Does that make sense? I don't want them to I don't want them to balance things around the Iron Man. But I do like the idea of, if you catch 1,000 Magikarps, the odds of at least one of them, or even maybe 100, like a 1% chance, of Wild Mons having hidden ability access, I think would be really, really cool. I think that'd be super valid. Maybe less than that, maybe 1 in 300. 1 in 100 would mean 1 hidden ability Pokemon caught every hour and a half, roughly-ish. I think I don't know the exact number, but you could balance it out in a certain way where I would love to see hidden ability Pokemon findable in the wild at a very rare rate and have them not solely tied to alphas, because I do think it creates a few problems. Ooh, sorry, I'm very I feel like I'm spacey today and stumble over my words. what channel. You can always see in the top left-hand corner what channel I'm on. It's on screen. Channel 4 right now. Dude, Jakes, thank you for the Twitch Prime, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you enjoy the streams and the content, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs. I think that's the first sub of the stream, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you so much, Jakes. I appreciate that, man. I'm sorry. Let Me Be Sad. I'm going to replay. I missed yours. Let Me Be Sad subbed about an hour ago. Tier 1. Thank you, kid. So much, man. I fucking appreciate it. And there's Qualton. Thank you so much, man. I couldn't be here without that kind of support, man. Thank you so fucking much. I hope the content's helpful. No worries. No worries, Ghost. Sorry if I was too harsh. You're perfect, dude. No worries. No worries. Yeah, maybe chance to get hidden ability in swarms. Maybe that would be a really cool small buff to swarms. Give it a small hidden ability chance. I'm so down for that. I love that idea. It's a great idea. There is no streamathon this month. I had to make the decision. It's a great question. I think I did streamathons for like the first 6 months of this year, or like something, maybe not that. I've done about 4 streamathons this year, and I was like, you know what, maybe that's a little too much, and I've been burning myself at too many ends, and I was like, yeah. Fuck. Good luck to you, Rumel. Good luck to you, dude. I'm blind and need glasses. My wife is quite blind and was lucky enough to get LASIK, and she definitely, thanks to her medical insurance with her job, if you can get LASIK, she was a big fan of it. It was like life-changing. Are these all stream recap clips? What are these clips? I know I've probably talked about this many times, but yeah, someone said an official Iron Man mode would be... Ooh, if you were to make an Iron Man mode for what is on the stream? Okay, perfect. Could see perfectly. I almost cried. Dude, I'm lucky. That's so, I mean, beautiful. I'm glad. Hopefully, I'm glad you figured, you know, I'm lucky that I have 20/20 vision for the most part. I am honored to hear that, Joe and Jay. And that's, what a sweet, like, ending sentence. Squirmin' Herm. Thanks for the Twitch Prime, man. I love to be able to say that. People like you. Thanks to beautiful, kind souls like Squirmin' Herm, I can do what I do. Thank you so much, Squirmin'. I appreciate it. Once again, that is Squirmin' Herm. Thank you so much, man. Honored to have people like you in the community. Thank you so much. What a nice sentence to tag on at the end. Like one of your two. I really appreciate it, man. It's been a tumultuous time in PokeMMO, and I hate drama. I hate time periods like this. Whenever there's a stressful arc in PokeMMO where the community's fighting a lot, and discussion needs to happen, but it might surprise you guys. Not everybody on the internet is good at productive discussion and debate. What? I thought we were all scholars. What the fuck? I thought we were all scholars and PhD. What the fuck? That's weird. You're telling me that sometimes people on the internet aren't trying to understand your intentions, or trying to like bridge a gap, and they just want to like fight? What? That doesn't sound like the internet that I know. What? That's weird. True. Look at me. True, doctor. Last 5 years. Gotcha. Shut up, Jesus. Holy fuck. Me when my PvP opponent crits. Ripped to the straw poll. I kind of fucked it up. It just seemed like it was 50-50, you know? I think it's fair to voice that opinion, you know? And balancing it out. I could see that. I could see that. I personally feel like, I like that netballs are still really relevant against bug and water types, but I understand soak does take an extra turn, and I do respect, like, that is a cost, you know? I do think they obliterated the soak strat off the problem is I was saying that I thought they should have nerfed the catch rate of the netball as opposed to just nuking that strategy the way they did. I get that, and I respect you sharing stuff like that. Let me over to Kanto we go. I'm gonna skip all the flash fire mons. I don't see myself doing community shiny hunts for a while. I do want to maybe we'll do one before this timer ends. The real thing is there's just so much that I'm behind on, guys. There's always so many ideas. I'm never short on ideas for content. It all comes down to time and energy, right? I don't know if I'll be doing a community shuntathon anytime soon. Maybe one before the end of this, like, because I love this boost. You know, I love taking advantage of the boost. So maybe we'll do one before that. But I want to get back to, honestly, what I want to get back to is fashion contest and shiny ratings. It's been too long. Dude, hell yeah, Nick Nat. Congratulations, dude. Dude, that's the RNG evening out, man. Happy to hear it, man. Hell yeah, dude. Not when you say, yeah, dude, that's crazy, Tom. That would tilt me. Offering a free item magnet charm and people being like, why aren't you starting? I will literally stop working for a shuttathon. Okay, wait a minute. Hopefully, hey, wait, hopefully you got that PTO stocked up. More power to you, King. Yeah, that's rough, Spiff. Good, yeah, or Spliff. Good luck to you on the sales. In 10 minutes, I don't understand people, Tom. The people on the internet are silly willy. Sometimes. Here we what's up, Seven? I don't know if I fully understand, but what's up, Seven Hobbits? How you doing, dude? Heard shuttathon and I just quit my job. Okay, that's not good. Wait a minute. That's fucking awesome. Feeling better today? I'm feeling a bit better. I'm still really spacey, Spidget. I'm like really, I don't know what's wrong with me. Yesterday I was having stomach problems. I think it'll pass. I've never been sick like this. I'm in a really weird, I don't know. I feel weird. It was something I ate? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it'll be over. It'll be done soon. I think I just feel weird. Or needs to poop? I think kind of. I think that's a fair bit of it. I ate a fat stack of Olive Garden the other day for my mother-in-law's birthday, and she wanted Olive Garden, you know. Gotta get her what she wants, her birthday. And I ate a lot of Olive Garden, and I think now I'm fucked up, man. Resident med student. I think it's just, if it continues for longer than a week, I'll come to you. I appreciate the concern. I just gotta let it pass. Skull, by the way. I saw, okay, gotcha. Palpitoad, gotcha. Gotcha. The human body is built for American food. Hey, maybe some people's, me, man, I'm built for that shit. I'm gonna be so honest. If anyone is built for the American food, it's me, man. I've been training my whole life to eat fucking 3,000 calories of Olive Garden. Dude, I'm ready for this. Put me in, coach. I'm ready, bro. Okay, I was built for this. Not everybody can do it, man. 4,000 calories of breadsticks. Like I can do it, man. Put me in, coach. I've been training for this my whole life, man. You could now, if you want some higher quality fresh food, you could check out HelloFresh. Link in the description. Amazing stuff, and it's the best way to support the stream. What? What do you mean it's the best way to support the... What the fuck, Patrouski? What do you mean? How is that possible? They're just so generous over there, man. Round 1 knockout? Come on. You can't say that, dude. You can't say that, dude. Unbelievable. Texas Steakhouse is kind of goated. I actually, like... I fear... I don't want to admit how good Texas Roadhouse is. It's so good. God, it's so good. It's fucked up. They got good lunch specials. I said before, me and my wife will go to there sometimes. You get free rolls with the cinnamon butter. You can get like a $2,000 entree for like $13, a small little 6-ounce steak, or like a, you know. Dude, everybody's obsessed with the it's called the conical tip is what it is. It's what you're looking for. It got a visual rework recently, and it's the hot new, it's the it item, bro. Is it over at Cinnabar Island? Where is it at, chat? Someone will know. What Pokemart is it at? It's called the conical tip. It's the hot new item, dude. Petalburg's Pokemart. If you Google best friends should have a forum post that goes over. Also, I love that you wrote I would never bully anybody for a misspelling, because the point of language is to portray a message as long as you understand, you know. Tom, I love you so much. You should know not to. Come on, man. Maybe you don't know, but I don't want to promote creators who actively shit on me. So we're not gonna. Yeah. Don't say stuff. Don't bring up. I recommend. That's why I recommend not bringing up other creators who you don't know. There's certain behind the scenes drama in the PokeMMO scene, sadly. And there's some people that there's a lot of amazing PokeMMO creators out there. There are some people I don't wish them failure, but I don't want to I don't want to support them, you know. If you know, you do you, but I'm not gonna give people shout outs who have said horrible things about me or insulted my community, called people who watch me sheeple, etc., etc. So don't, like, I love you, Tom, but you're a mod. I thought you knew the memes. It's sad. It is sad. It's a small, but we're gonna move on. I don't want to. Anyways, yeah. No, sorry. My point was, I love that Spidget typed Prittleboog. He didn't even say woods or the city. He said Prittleboog. You know, that's fucking awesome. Paris is a pretty good catching Pokemon. You ideally want it with damp to really get its effectiveness. Paris is at its best when, what's it called? Paris is at its best when it's your damp slot as well as your catching Pokemon slot. If it takes up those two slots, right? Oh shit, one sec. Fully forgot. No, that's so fair. You know, it's so fair. It's a dumb little thing. The great Tom dog pile of. Oh no! Now Tom can be banned. Oh man, mod on mod crime. Oh no. Damn is HA. Correct. To get the full effectiveness of Paris, you want to have a hidden ability one. Correct. I think like on a main, almost every account needs a good hidden ability Parasect for sure. Yeah, like, yeah, dig, false swipes, exactly. It's cool because Parasect was, for a long time, Parasect was just a early game catching mon, you know? Yeah, exactly. Parasect is a great early game catching mon. You would use it before you have access to like Breloom or Smeargle, right? Which is a great purpose. But then the fact that now you have hidden ability access on it, it can actually be like an end game thing as well, is awesome. The coolest thing about it's also what makes it so hard to balance PokeMMO. When you add something like hidden abilities to PokeMMO, right? It doesn't just add those hidden abilities to PvP, it adds them to PVM, adds them to utility, it adds them to money-making strats, it adds them to the like it adds them to every other part of the game. And it's really hard to balance multiple aspects around an economy, whereas in traditional Pokemon you don't have to worry about an economy. You know, Pokeyen, if a player has 10 trillion Pokeyen on Pokemon White 1, that doesn't matter. That Pokeyen's irrelevant, right? If there's some bug or glitch or insanely busted thing that allows someone to farm 10 trillion Pokeyen on PokeMMO, well, that's going to break the economy for decades, you know? Yes, getting your first catching Breloom is, yeah, I'm happy to hear it, Nick. I would love to see a hidden ability shifter, yeah, for sure, for sure. Mic test? Are you mic testing in fucking chat? That is insane, Evie. Congratulations, dude. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What broke? The mic broke? What do you mean it broke? First batch. I assume Evie, I need more details. I assume you've been saving up, or did you like make 1 million alt accounts? And that's how many alt accounts would you need to make 24? I need more details, Evie. Yes, dude, congratulations. Yes, Soul, congrats on your fucking Phoebus, dude. Congratulations, man. How to get 13,000 Leppas? Blood, sweat, tears, and seeds, man. That's that'd be my guess. Yes, dude, shout out to Soul. This man finally got his shiny Phoebus. I believe he was one of the main creators, if not the creator or inspiration for the Phoebus Pond Discord, where you can go to track where the Phoebus tile is at and shiny hunt it more effectively in PokeMMO. Definitely check out the Phoebus Tile Pond Discord. It's a great Discord. And he just ended, he got shiny Phoebus after 890 days of hunting. This man was at Phoebus for like 2.5 years. And I remember him talking about like starting the hunt on stream 2.5 years ago, and now he just, it's the kind of beautiful arc you keep tabs on, and you keep the player, and like you want to see them finish that grind, and like you keep it in the back of your mind. And it's one of the most beautiful parts of PokeMMO shiny hunting is in appreciating other people's journeys. You know, that's so crazy, dude. That's congratulations, Soul, man. That is a beautiful completed shunt. Congratulations. No, it's just really fucking impressive, man. That's awesome, Evie. Hell yeah. What, wait, Evie, so how did you... I'm so curious. Let me see. 1,900 Leppas a day, 6 accounts. Got you. So, okay. Got you. So you've just been farming on 6 accounts and saving up all the Leppas. Wow. From what I've heard, no. That is a cool thing. The Chum Bucket does not affect the Phoebus hunt, at least very much. Well, okay, Soul's, there you go. Soul's weighing in. Let me hear what Soul's explanation, because he'll know more than me, obviously. Can you give me the, I assume, yeah. Hell yeah, Evie. Guaranteed fish. That is true. Yeah, you can't get, I believe you can't get, yeah, you can't get double or triple battles faster, but you still get more Phoebus per hour. That makes sense. Gotcha. May you get more cool shinies? Yeah, dude, to Soul. I hope Soul gets some good RNG evening out and gets some crazy shit. Secret Phoebus. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Chum Buckets took it from 60 to 70 Phoebus to hour to 90 to 100. Damn. That is quite the buff. But we are not discussing anymore. No more bum chuck it discussion. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah, just a 50% buff, you know. Not a big deal. Love chumming. Why is that my charm cost less than the 50% charm? I don't know. Someone was saying that. I don't know why. I don't know. Someone was talking about that. I have no idea. I don't think that's... Well, so Soul, who has been hunting Phoebus for 890 days, I would trust his information. He said that it's a 50% buff to Phoebus. I would... Around that, right? I would just believe... I could be wrong, but I would trust Soul on those numbers. My 6th attempt. Dude, some of the fights can be really brutal. Yeah, it's at, yeah, around 45% buff, yeah. Yeah. What are you gonna do? I've shared my thoughts. Chum Bucket or Krusty Krab? Ooh, I'm a bum Chuck It fan. Great question. 10,000 counters post up to all with Chum, yeah. Thank you for doing all the testing there, Soul. That's a lot of testing. That's a lot of testing. Oh, it was the final rival fight, Nox. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. That could be tough. I don't want to backseat you so you can tell me to fuck off, or if you're already doing this, ignore what I'm saying. But if you find it helpful, awesome. I do have a video called Top 3 Tips to help you beat the Elite Four if you're not using them already. So like the what's it called? I strongly recommend a Stealth Rock setting Pokemon if you are not using it. Stealth Rocks, especially against Gary, especially if you picked Venusaur. Stealth Rocks is so good against all of the Elite Four, especially in Kanto, or most Elite Four, or all the Elite Fours, you know. Taking a fucking break, so fair. I've been there, dude. I got stuck at when I came back to PokeMMO in like 2016, I want to say 2017. I got really tilted. I got stuck at the is it Mastralton gym in Unova, the fucking flying type gym. I chose the turtle. It's the best option, man. We love a Blastoise. The PokeMMO storyline is tough. Don't let anybody tell you differently. You'll find people who have speed run the storyline 500 times and they'll be like, oh yeah, it's actually really easy. Like, no, it's easy because you have fucking hundreds of hours of experience or thousands of hours of whatever, you know, experience. The PokeMMO storyline is tough, man. It's tough. Just straight up, man. Our comp set, yeah. No, if you go from traditional Pokemon to PokeMMO, it's a massive, massive difference. Hell yeah, Lucas, happy to hear it. Supposed to be normal. Unfortunately, PokeMMO is not normal. PokeMMO is a fair bit more difficult. So I would say it's like you have traditional Pokemon. Traditional Pokemon's tier 1, and you got PokeMMO tier 2, and then like the ROM hacks like Emerald Kaizo and stuff, tier 3 or tier 4. Like there are, you know, PokeMMO is not made to be hard, but it's made to be a fair bit more difficult. Yeah, no, it's, yeah. I had the same experience, Nox. Don't get me wrong, you know. I want you to know you're not crazy. A lot of people, you know, it can be frustrating. There are guides and resources that can help make your storyline experience a lot easier. And once you learn and practice, you know, it can get a lot easier, but it's tough, man. Yep, yeah, that's a great point, Fairy. It's like certain mechanics are just straight up different. Demonstrate with an iceberg chart. Yeah, I actually have a PokeMMO iceberg video somewhere when those were popular. Lost my accounts to start over. Grinding really hard on a war team. My second. Hell yeah, dude! Welcome back, Exit. Happy to have you, man. Much love to you, dude. Good luck to you. Have a great day, Clarko. Have some good puppos. Dude, PokeMMO Infinite Fusions. I always wanted to try Pokemon Infinite. That was like the one ROM hack where I was like, this does look pretty dope, but I don't know if I could add much to it. The answers are insane sometimes. The AI is sometimes really fucking good. Sometimes it breaks. If you use Stealth Rocks, it can break the AI, you know? Infinite Craft. I have not. Nor have I heard of it. I severely do not recommend Legendary Lures. If you Google, are Legendary Lures worth it, or are Legendary Lures efficient? I have a video on it. I severely do not recommend them on a main account. They are way too expensive for their benefit. Are Legendary Lures worth it, PokeMMO? Yeah, that would. I feel like I would just confuse like my favorite. Okay, would Rampardos and Shuckle go hard as a fusion chat? Be honest. Sharpness Gallade is a crazy one, dude. Wait, you want to know what? Yeah, this is a great. Wait. This is a really funny story. I don't know if really funny, but okay. Imagine me. I'm a Gen 3 and below player in Pokemon, or I was, right? I remember I took a break from PokeMMO and I came back to the game to play, I think NU PvP, or like maybe randoms or something like that. I took a long break from PokeMMO. I came back to the game and I was against a Gallade, which is a mon that I've never played against before in PvP, but I was like, okay, this guy's swords dancing up. He's gonna have fighting type moves. I can outspeed him, whatever, no problem. This motherfucker, I'll never forget when Gallade threw out a move called Shadow Sneak. And at that, I was like, what the fuck is that? I had no idea what that was. As a Gen 3 and below, this was back in, I want to say this was in 2021, actually, when I like came back in, or 2020. It was either 2020 or 2021. And I led a Gallade 6 times swords dance up against me. Like, he had no mock. I was like, this guy has no priority, no worries, right? Little did I fucking know, this fucker had a little move called Shadow Sneak, and he just swept my entire team. And I was sitting there like, I don't know what the fuck this move does. I don't know. Is it a priority? Is it a one-shot move? I had no fucking idea. Why does it get this move? I was so confused. I got hard swept by a swords dancing Shadow Sneak Gallade because I just had no idea that was a thing, you know? You have to learn new knowledge and new generations of Pokemon for a lot of people for the first time, you know? Poke Wilds. I played a little bit of Poke Wilds. It was a really interesting game. It wasn't really for me. I don't know, like, I couldn't really get into it, but I respected it. I respected it, but I acknowledge it wasn't for me. Dude, I got fucking obliterated. It was like real. I was like so confused. In a wall out. Base, dude. Pokemon Champion. I doubt it. To stream Pokemon, I'd have to have like a Switch. Is it on Switch or Switch 2? I don't know. I don't see myself streaming. Pokemon Champions is the game that I'm the most interested for in a mainline in a long time. I hope it does well. I'm very interested for it. It's on iOS. What the fuck? Wait, really? That's cool. On Champions. I wonder if I could stream that on I wonder if I could use like an emulator, like BlueStacks or something. Arrives 2026. I'll keep an eye out. I am very excited for this Stadium Showdown-esque game. Hopefully it could be really, really good for Pokemon. Like, I'm excited for this game more than any. I'm not a huge PvP player, but it's a really good idea. They showed some currency. Oh, it's gonna be pay to win. Why would it not just be free to build like Showdown? That's sad. That's really sad. Thank you for. You're so nice, Lost Felt. Thank you for watching, dude. I couldn't be here without people watching. I'm really lucky there's enough people in this world that love this niche little game that I grew up loving for so long. Like, I'm the lucky one, bro. Thank you seriously for watching. That's so crazy to me. Thank you so much, man. Welcome back. I would continue on the account you played previously, Lobre, but obviously it's up to you. Whatever's most fun. Whatever's fun, man. Some people don't love the endgame grind, so it could be, you know. What's up, Whale? Changing your move. Oh, that's so sad. That makes me. Damn, I was really excited for. Damn. You only come for battling. Okay, so it's like you earn it, but I kind of, man. I'll have to see. I don't want to judge too quickly. Rogue is straight up like. That was okay. I don't usually follow a lot of the trends when it comes to like the next new exciting Pokemon game or Pokemon S game or whatever. Pokemon Rogue was the first fan-made game in a long time where I was like, this is just really fucking good. I was like, wow. I was like really blown away. I was like, this is a game that could have longevity. Pokemon Rogue is just fucking good. Yeah. It's really, really, really good. I'm guessing it's Full Meat Mansion. Yeah, it is, man. Sorry. Thanks for asking. From Rocket League. So I never played Rocket League. I wish I played. The game always seemed amazing to me, but I always heard the community was rough. But what a beautiful movement. I love movement games. I played a lot of Lucio and Overwatch. What a beautiful looking game Rocket League is from the outside looking in. Beautiful esport from the outside looking in. Never played it, so I can't, you know, speak on it truly. Dude, a hamstring injury. Much love to you. I have broken a lot of bones. I always say, knock on wood, I've never torn a ligament, never pulled a hamstring to like that extent, like that. That kind of shit seems terrifying to me. I've broken I will take a bone break over like a hamstring, like an ACL. I've always been petrified. The idea of tearing your ACL just sends shivers down my spine, dude. Heal up well, dude. Much love to you, man. Yeah, try like that. My heart goes out to you if you've experienced a ligament tear. That, as someone who's never experienced one, but has broken ankles, fingers, toes, wrists, arms. My worst break was my collarbone. That one, I've broken like everything. Not everything. I've never broken ribs. I've had stitches in my mouth, stitches on my neck. I've had stitches all over the place, stitches on my fingers, my hands. I've broken a lot of things, cut my fingertip off. I've done a lot of things, okay? Never have I ever torn a ligament, and I am so glad I haven't. That shit. Oh, man. That. Woo. Never broken a bone? That's crazy, man. I was just very injury prone with sports. I played a lot of sports growing up, and I always put in 120% effort, no matter if it was a backyard game, like whatever. And that will break a lot of bones if you do. I had no awareness of like self-preservation, or like I would fucking dive for that catch, no matter. I don't care if it was like no matter what, dude. It was bad. Throwing too hard. Oh yeah, like the pop on the yeah. Heal up, dude. Much love to you, man. Pour it in 2 places while like that's my nightmare, dude. Oh god, much love to you. My collarbone break was the worst because I've told this story a million times, so if you've heard it, I'm sorry. You know, as a kid, when you're riding bikes, you hit, you know how as a kid when you're riding bikes, you hit the branches coming out of trees to pop air? We all did that, right? You know, normal thing. I hit one too hard, too big of a branch, and I flipped the bike entirely and landed like on my neck. It could have been, I could have broken my neck. It could have been a lot worse. It was one of the few times I've blacked out twice from pain in my life, and that was one of them. The other time was when I ran into a kid full speed in like 5th grade on field day, and that was when I needed stitches in my mouth because he was shorter and he went right into my mouth, tore my mouth open. Call me fucking Joker the way I be fucking. Anyways, no, I'm just kidding. Cringe. But the bike flip, yeah, I like on my shoulder, like on my neck area, and that shit. Oh, that shit hurt, dude. Holy fuck. That the collarbone break is rough because you can't do a whole lot about it. Right? When you break your arm, you just put it in a cast and it's fucking like I used to still play computer games. When I had a broken arm, you could still play computer games and do most things. Showering is annoying, stuff like that, but you can still do most things with a broken arm. With a broken collarbone, you can't do shit. You're sitting there like basically in a straitjacket, like fucking double slinged for the first few days, usually 3 to 5 days. You're in like a restrained double sling, so both of your arms are like strapped to your shit, because if you move at all, it hurts. Like, I've never broken ribs. I bet ribs are probably the most comparable thing, where like I assume when you break your ribs, breathing hurts, and that I've never had that. I have no plates or bolts or screws in my body, thankfully, that I know of. Yeah, I never broke up, but I almost had to get surgery because my arm wasn't healing properly on a certain break, but it worked out, thankfully. Yeah, breaking ribs is terrifying to me. Never had that happen, thankfully. I try to count my, lack of a better word, blessings, you know, like lucky, you know. Yeah, dude, I can't imagine flying with a broken collarbone. I've never flown, so I don't know how bad it is, but dude, yeah, collarbone stuff sucks. 3-week recovery. 3 week feels, it is like, that feels crazy fast. That's wild. More power to you. Yeah, yeah, there you go. It's a good to appreciate. Could you imagine if you broke your collarbone back in like the fucking 40s? What do they just fucking, they just fucking take you out? Like what? Like you're cooked. Imagine breaking a fucking collarbone in like the 1860, you know? They probably just fucking take you out back, bro. It's cooked, man. What do you know? We're lucky to live in the fucking modern medicine era. It's a good appreciation, dude. Not wrong at all. Get the music back on track. Give you a beer and a slap on the back. Yeah, man. Rub some dirt in it. Fuck, man. Dude, dude. It's actually crazy, Spidget. Yeah, no, a guy like me, a guy like, you know, guys like us, we're real lucky. If I even like, I don't want to get too emotional, but like, if I was born like 70 years ago, I think I would have been lobotomized for sure, which is really fucked up. Like, it's really sad, man. Me and my wife watched Shutter Island recently, or it was a rewatch for me, but she hadn't seen it. It's crazy, like it wasn't that long ago, dude. We're really lucky to be in the current era of medicine, dude. We're real, like that is, it might be the thing to appreciate the most right now in the modern era is modern medicine, dude. It's so fucking important. You shouldn't, ooh, this is okay. I have a question about the Pokedex completion. I have 239 out of 209 for Kanto. Okay. Sorry if I'm like giving dumb suggestions, but if you have 230, it sounds like you did it right. You go to Kanto. Well, okay. Well, 241 is higher because I have the legendaries. You don't need the legendaries for Pokedex completion. Are all of your mons caught OT normal Finn? I'm sorry if this is like a dumb backseat and not helpful. I have to just, it's kind of like I have to do like the IT thing of like, oh, did you unplug it and plug it back in? Which is kind of annoying if you know, understand basic, memes. All are OT and green and decked. Yes, try to talk. So not Professor Oak. Talk to there's a different NPC, I believe. Yes, thank you. That's a great, and I might have, that might be my fault, Finn. Let me go over to, are we done here? I think we're done. Do you think they had medicine back then? They just have anesthesia for surgeries. Well, they had medicine back then, but a lot of times they're like their conclusions for how to treat stuff. What this? I'm not trying to. Obviously, this. Sorry if I'm underselling how much they had back then as well, J Reyes. Obviously, back then they would prescribe cigarettes or like cocaine or like certain. This. You're a doctor, memer, right? Medical school. I'm sure it's probably overblown. I could be wrong. Maybe it's overblown how much like of that stuff. There probably was a fair bit of also just good medicine back then. I don't want to overblow like how silly willy it was, but feeling ill, yeah. I mean, I'm sure, yeah, we're gonna get into the technicalities. I can't speak on, I don't know shit about medicine, boys. I'm gonna appreciate that we live in the modern world of that stuff, but I can't argue on specifications by any means. That is far out of my depth. All right, 2 seconds, 1 second. Our amulet coin is done. Zapdos level 75. Level 80 is where it's like kind of at where it needs to be. I'd love to get level 100 eventually, but level 80 is a massive milestone for future raids. Pokeyen up to 1,420,000 Pokeyen exactly. Did not plan that. It just happened. We're going to switch out our eggs. We can actually go check how our breeds came out over here in a quick sec. I'll do that really quickly. Do I have any? We hatched all of those eggs in one Jimmy run perfectly. That worked out way better than I expected. Let's go see how our Pokemon turned out. Great question. Hazy Ball, what I would do, I have a video called 63 Things to Do in PokeMMO. It's almost like once you start doing Jimmy runs, it almost unlocks so much that you're like, what do I do now? You know what I mean? Like, you have so much Pokeyen, you're like, wait a minute, so much of early game of PokeMMO and most MMOs is like, how do I get gold? How do I get currency? How do I get Poke? And then once you get it, you're like, well, wait a minute, what do I do with it now? I'd recommend, I have a video called 63 Things to Do in PokeMMO, and I think it is one of my favorite, maybe my favorite video I've ever made, My Zapdos nature is not bad though. It's not plus naive though, like it's not bad. I'm honestly happy with it, but it is a little cooked until Lunar New Year event. That is true. I prefer modest or timid, but this is like not bad. No, exactly, Kennedy, exactly. No, yeah, like this could have been, this is usable in my opinion. I did start, I do skip a lot of the Flash Fire gyms with this team, or I have my level 100 Garchomp in the back, which helps me with that. This is I'm using the very basic team on the Iron Man account for sure. Usually you would use like Water Spout, Blastoise, or other strats for those gyms, but on this it's very simple. So the Spyro in the background, a lot of people may forget, I'm sure you know this, but it's just if you sit at the fucking, I don't know if games do, maybe games, it's just like the intro thing. When you start up a game and you AFK, it plays like a little demo, So this is just the this is just like the demo of Spyro that plays if you load it up. I'm running this on my Slim PS2. This is on original hardware, composite cables because component don't work for PS1 games. Any events? There's a catch event tomorrow, a centric catch event. We talked about it in the beginning of stream. It'll be in the stream recap as well. You can find it on the PokeMMO forums as well. Spidget not playing the Horse Girl game. What the fuck? What's the point, dude? Why even? What's it even matter, dude? There's not even a point anymore, man. Sag. We don't know, Kuj. We just don't know, Kujo. If I butchered your name, we just have no idea. Do 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 do. Okay, let's go see. Let's go separate our breeds from our rare hunts or whatever. If these are all breeds. This is a breed. We should have 10 breeds. Missing 2. Did I breed a Kaboot? Abra. Okay. This does not have stats. I'm missing 1 breed. Which one is it, chat? Only did 9? Oh, I did only do 9 because I fucked up this one. You guys are... This is why I need fucking chat, bro. I'm lost without chat, I'll be honest. I'll be so real. Good luck to you, Tom Hell. You're so right. You're so right, chat. Okay, let's take these away. You're so fucking smart and handsome, chat. Okay. Auto sort. Boom. Boom. Look how many breeders I have in my fucking boxes, dude. Tips something on flip with the market. I have a video called a beginner flipping guide for dittos. Beginner flipping guide dittos. I would check that out, and then I have a price checking guide as well. So here is the beginners flipping guide to dittos, and then there is price checking PokeMMO. This video. I'd watch these 2 videos, and then a lot of it just comes down to practice, man. A lot of market stuff is just looking, you know, practice, experience with the market. You could also use PokeMMO Hub for sure. PokeMMO Hub is phenomenal for previous market prices. But now we have a lot more in-game tools now, to be fair. Like now we have like market history on items. Like that's crazy that we have here. How do I click? How do I view it? Am I cooked, chat? How do I view the details of the item? Click buy. Thank you. Sorry, I'm so not used to that because I'm playing the Iron Man account. Thank you. I was literally like, holy fuck, am I cooked? Like, what am I missing, you know? Chat, am I cooked? Okay, there we go. So now we have like the fucking price history, which is really fucking cool. But only of like in-game, but only of like certain things. Hunt Baniri or Breloom? Breloom, because you don't want to be seen as a heathen. That is from a thing called Custom Strings. I can link you the video for that as well, Kuj. Kujzo. You can yell at me if I get your name wrong as well. That is from that video. Hopefully that helps you out, man. Good quick questions. No, I literally wasn't trolling. I just didn't know buy was how you viewed it. Yeah, that's how. I never check the market anymore. You know, I'm on the Iron Man account, so I'm out of my depth on the market stuff. I do have a mods video. Top mods. Top 3 mods. Every Pokemon Chef Pokemon. There you go. Here is that video as well. A lot of good quick. I can just link videos too. Hopefully, you know, these help, Kujo. Good luck to you, man. Okay. What do we got, boys? What do we got over here? What we got? All right, no rare egg shiny, guys. Oh my, shake my head. So unlucky on the Iron Man account, guys. So true and real, Copium. Okay, let's go through our breeds. We got our 2x31 Chikorita. Came out bold, not great with these stats. This will just be a plant and monster. Honestly, the nice thing about Meganium is that it's in that monster egg group. Monster will on average need the attack stats much more than plant. So a good egg group to have that in. And then Snubbull being field and fairy. 20 plus in every single attack stat will be useful on a future breed. Made that male. This Diglett, 2x31 and then 28 in the defenses, needs to put the speed on or the attack or special attack. This probably won't be a Dugtrio, it'll just be like a breeder for a breeder in the future. Our Sandshrew came out. We Everstone of the Adamant. This will be a great, decent PVM breeder. An Adamant male field egg. This will be a finishing touch to a specific breed for some PVM thing, whether for raids, probably for raids. Random 2x31 field A group mon, you know, sure, it is what it is. Our Yanma came out jolly. We did randomly roll jolly. Not great. You want it to be timid or mod. It's the special attacking mon here with these stats. The stats came out beautiful though. 3x31, 20 plus in Spadef and speed. We'll have to rebreed that in the future for sure. Let's see how our coffin came out. Brave is not unusable, but obviously it's not great. You could run explosion on it, but my attack IV is so low. Look how beautiful this coffin is though. This coffin will be really, really good. A really fantastic reactive gas wheezing at some point. These stats are fantastic. 28 plus, double 31 in the defenses. Needs to be extremely bulky. Wheezing can just do so much and be so unkillable. And then some more 2x31 breeders. Nothing too much to talk about there. Bold could be relevant for a like Volcarona breeder. If you want to go a bold, bulky Volcarona for plant or for bug aid group, that could be good. And yeah, mostly just breeders, mostly just progress. Clear out the boxes. I'm gonna move a lot of these over to like 2x31 more if I have the space, but I'm running out of space there. So I'll throw whatever I can fit over there. And then we'll go do our very specific EV training here in a split sec for the Ho-Oh Refight. I need to be extremely careful and lock in while EV training these Pokemon. If I make a mistake when EV training these Pokemon, I am straight up going to have to berry farm from scratch to try to get EV reducing berries, or like just breed whole new Pokemons. That's how like tough this is going to be. If I make a mistake while EV training here, it could cost me tens of hours easily, 10 to 30 hours depending on, you know, learning berry farming strats for self-sustaining for like EV reducing berries and weird berries you wouldn't normally berry farm. Hoping it doesn't happen. We're gonna have to focus up really hard for that. Who's in the strat? Jinxed Boone put out a guide yesterday covering the I'm gonna be using that exact strat, so check out Jinxed Boone's guide on YouTube. I'm just straight up using his guide for this. Okay, let me sort these properly. This I want to rebreed in the like this I want to become a good mon at some point. Same with this. These are just breeders, 2x31 more. These are just breeders. These go here. Okay. Oh yeah, fairy egg group, not type. Sorry if I, yeah. Fairy egg group is still a thing in PokeMMO, of course, just not the typing. Yes, raid Charizard you want to be modest. Great question. Great question. And it's that Pokemon is so powerful, it's worth to make it as good as you can. You know, it's a great question. Okay, I think we're EV training. I think we're doing very specific EVs. It is really important. Chandelore's defense must be higher than its Spadef. That is something very fucking important here. Let's go grab these Pokemon. All three of them. Let's grab Pikachu. And then my Dragonite, I think. I don't think I'm re-amplifying these. Maybe I will for a bit. Okay, first things first is special attack. Chandelure. 200, okay. 200 attack. One needs 130, I believe. 130 attack. Okay. Wow. As I have some other mons I need to attack EV train. Should I even do those right now? I don't want to fucking, no, I don't want to. I want to just focus on these mons. All right, step one is special attack EV training, and these mons need very specific EVs, okay? I'm starting off with 200 Spatak on Rotom, 200 Spatak EVs on Litwick, and then Lunatone needs 130. I could special attack EV train other Pokemon if I wanted to be efficient. I could actually do 5 mons at once. However, I just don't want to overcomplicate this and make a mistake. Mistakes would be so crushing here. I have to watch every single EV. I have to be really, really careful here. It's not worth it in my opinion. I'd rather just lock in, focus up, focus on not making mistakes while EV training these 3 Pokemon, and then go from there. I'm going to turn on my reamplifier for now, but then turn it off in the future. Hope I remember that. So we're going to start Spatak EV training over here at Heatmore. And I'll see you guys when these are at 2. Well, I'll see you guys when this is at 1:30, and we'll turn it off and move that and stop. This is going to be a very, very specific job. Once again, mistakes would be detrimental. Okay. Whew. What, Ivy's on Sand Slash? Everything but special attack, generally. Spadef is less important. Defense is very important. HP is quite important. Thunder Shock, I don't need. Dude, hell yeah, Richard. What's up, man? Hypnosis, I shouldn't. Let me go check, actually. I don't think I need Hypnosis. I need Trick Room on... I'll need to spend a fair bit for TMs. I need to be careful to not teach over anything that I need as well, because I don't have any heart scales. That's the other... I might need to go farm some heart scales to actually start the strat. Sorry if I'm a little more locked in right here, chat. This is obviously very, very important. I have to stop once my Lunatone gets to 130. No minimize. Rock polish. Irrelevant. I'm excited, man. If I could get legendary lures once a week, this would be really fucking cool. For the IVs? Yes, I can. Good question. If you want the strat, I'm just gonna go grab it. If you want the strat, once again, please check out the original creator who actually came up with the strat, which is Jinxed Boon. Jinxed Boon, Ho-Oh. Let me look up his most recent thing. The IVs of these mons are not, as you can tell, are not amazing. They just need to be good enough. Here is the here it is. Here's the strat that I'm using for the if people want it. Jinx Boon actually just hit 6K subs, so congrats to him, dude. Deserved. Yeah, this is the cheapest 3 Pokemon only needed Ho-Oh Refight guide. I love that it uses Lunatone. It's so cool, in my opinion. I don't believe I need Confuse Ray. I do need Psych Up on Rotom. It's weird. I need Trick Room on Lunatone. What's up, Warmando? I also saw Main Dad. How are you doing, dude? Much love to you, man. The wife is good, man. The wife is good. What's up, dude? Much love to you. How you doing, dude? Don't need Psywave. I hope one day, Kennedy. I'm sorry. I hope one day, but it's not on my high priority right now. I'm sorry, man. I do have EV training spot videos for each region. Yes, it's broken down into each region, I believe. Congratulations, Drageth, dude. Congratulations, dude. How many encounters did Zapdos take you, man? Hell yeah. Congratulations, man. Your first legend being Zapdos is also so good, dude. Massive congrats, man. Yes, I love Cav. I don't want to... If I shout out one creator, it's never to, you know, like overshadow it. I love Cav. Cav is my favorite. He's my go-to YouTuber for whenever raids release. I love his raid guides. The coughing. If you want to link it, if you want to whisper it to me in game, Main Dad, I can. Vendors can't be choosers. What was the species, man? Congratulations. Happy to see you, Ken Chicken, by the way, dude. I'm honored to hear it, man. That's fucking crazy to me. Yeah, I believe that makes sense, Tom. Cav's amazing. Red teamer fighting A team first. I think that's a great question. I think fire teams when it comes to raids in Pokemon are the A team, and then fighting type is the B team. If you have both a fire type, a sun team for raids, and a fighting type team, you can do like 90% of raids, like most raids. Yo, thanks, Tabadux. I appreciate it, man. It was cool to get my first shiny Tentacruel after 12 years of playing the game. Like, it's kind of crazy. I still didn't have one of the most common shinies in the whole game. Thanks for watching, Sloth. What are you talking about, dude? What's up, man? How you doing today? How are you feeling today, Sloth? What's up, dude? If it's 10 hours for legendary, I don't believe you can get legendaries via fishing. Right, good, quick question. Get raid mons, yeah. Yep, Charizard, like a good. Keep in mind, Hazy, you really need hidden ability access on Charizard, so make sure you either get a hidden ability Charmander or have a fire patch, ability patch ready to go. Iron Patrouski is the IGN main dad. No spaces. Stream's good, man. I'm excited. I feel like we're entering a new arc in PokeMMO, and I'm excited to just have fun playing the Iron Man account, you know. I'm excited for a new arc. I'm excited for the post-update tumultuous period to come to an end. Let's go. I'm really fucking enjoying I'm trying to lean into the positives of I'm just really fucking enjoying the Iron Man. And I want to keep having fun with that and just have, you know, why worry about all the stuff I don't love, you know? Sort of thing. I'm loving the Iron Man, so I'm just going to lean into it. Yes, just keep in mind you'll need to make Charizard relevant for raids. It definitely needs hidden ability access. It is very important. As long as you have that in mind, you're good. What's up, Crafty, man? How you doing, dude? I did. I picked... It's a great question. Yes. I picked my starters based on ability. That's how important it is. It's how important it is for Iron Man. I ended up doing 1 water patch, 2 fire patch, 2 grass patch. I respect the 3 fire, 1 water. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Did I just do the wrong path? That's so funny. I ended up doing 2 fire, 2 grass, 1 water. I went the wrong path. That's funny. Yes, if you breed a Pokemon with hidden ability, it will keep hidden ability. Unless it's, well, as long as it's the species that's coming out, right? So you cannot breed a hidden ability Ditto with a Snivy and get hidden ability Snivy. That does not work. But if you breed a hidden ability Snivy, you know, a female one, and it comes out, as long as a breed comes out the same species, you'll be good. If you Google that question, Whale, you'll find a good answer, but I guess I can answer it. It's, you get ability patches by completing your different national dexes, or is it regional dexes? Regional? Every regional dex you complete, you can go get 1 ability patch. Yeah, something to think about on the Iron Man account is a lot of us had to like really pre-plan how we would use our ability what starters we picked based on ability patches, because you only get those ones. You only get 5 ability patches on an Iron Man account, and that's it. You will never get any more ever again. So you have a very limited supply. It's one of the most limited items on the Iron Man account is ability patches. Yeah, I'll check on global. I'll open up global. But I now have global open, but it wasn't open before. I see you, dude. Dude, I love shiny coughing. It's such a fucking pretty shiny, dude. Is that true? I have no idea, Rumel. To be fair. Oh my god! Is this wild caught? Dude, this is disgusting. Congrats to Maine. I love shiny coughing. It's a beautiful shiny. Lax is not the best nature, but it's also like somewhat usable on Weezing hilariously. But look at the stats. What 27 plus in 5 stats on a wild caught shiny is craziness. Beautiful IVs, man. That is very, very rare. I love the color of shiny Coughing and Weezing, dude. Super Omega congratulations, dude. What happened to your main account? It's still there, man. It's still just chilling. I hop on it occasionally, but not very often. I just don't enjoy it as much anymore. I don't enjoy a lot of the decisions happening in PokeMMO. The Ironman account is more fun for me. It keeps things difficult. Let's see if I need Psy Shock. I doubt it. Lunatone needs... Shouldn't need this. Okay. Is main dot bit true? That'll be the... I can't wait for that conspiracy theory to start. There always has to be some sort of external reason for something, surely, right? You know?
All right, step 1.
Shut up, Video Patrouski. Yeah. Dude, thank you for watching, Ian. You're too nice to me, man. This account is not... An Ironman account cannot trade or use the GTL or anything like that. Great question. Correct, Roar. It is for Ho-Oh, Moongrab. Good eye, good eye. Good eye. So I don't know if it's worth long-term challenges. Yes, dude. If you wanna, I really do recommend the Progress series, right? I have the Ironman Progress series. It is like, keep in mind, it is 525 hours of progress summed up within, I want to say 25 hours of video right now, something like that. Like I look at the Ironman series and there already is a lot of hours of video, but it's because I've played so many fucking hours. The more I've thought about it, the more I'm like, you know what? That actually is pretty damn succinct, you know? I did not listen to the new album yet. I don't know if I'll do that today or tomorrow. I want to just get back into things because I didn't stream yesterday. This is the first stream of the week. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I'm doing very specific. Like, I have to really pay attention right now. If I fuck up the EVs on this Lunatone, I'll be super fucked. I don't want to, once again, I don't want to, sorry. I've already answered this question, SH, and that's not your fault. Let me qualify. Maybe I should just answer really quick. I don't want my streams to turn into incubator and chum bucket discussion nonstop because I really do want to move on from that topic. I've shared my piece. I've shared all my thoughts. I'll give you the quick answer. I don't want to talk because obviously, it just riles people up too much, and I'm not enjoying the drama and the discussion, unfortunately. There's been some really good productive discussion, but a lot of really bad discussion. You're right, you're doing the good stuff. So the big difference between hordes and incubators, it's similar, right? Hordes were a massive buff to all shiny hunting in PokeMMO, right? Or not all, like not all shiny, but the common shunts, the rare shunts. So difference number one, hordes didn't affect rare shunts. So rare shunts stayed just as rare. Well, at least, some, right? Obviously some, like Magmar went from being a rare to like more difficult, right? Or more easier from hordes, right? The difference between hordes, the intention of hordes, what hordes did was hordes made XP training and EV training easier at the cost of making some shunts easier, right? Making EV training and XP training easier was a good thing because people EV train and XP train as a means to an end, right? No one really XP trains or EV trains as the end game content the same way people do for shiny hunting. Shiny hunting is the end game content, right? That's the thing people, it's like PvP, right? You do that for the content. People EV train and XP train to get to PvP or to get to raids or yada yada. And EV training and XP training prior to hordes was incredibly slow. I'm talking 12 to 16 hours to EV train a few Pokemon. It was insane. I did a lot of it, right? Did hordes make shiny hunting significantly easier? Yes, but it only affected certain shunts. And I was even like really skeptical / against at the time. I wasn't really playing actively, so I wasn't really there. They are somewhat similar, but at least hordes, like you had a reason / a positive to be doing that. Incubators, the main positive is to make a hatching more engaging, which is cool, but it's not, I don't think it's worth Hordes were worth the cost, if that makes sense. I don't think incubators are worth the cost. So a lot of players don't even see it as a cost, which is why it's yeah. But anyways, that's yeah. Any MTG lately? I've been saving up a lot. I am gonna try to buy my. I'm gonna try to buy my first piece of Power 9 this year. Sarcasm. So I've been just saving up, for a big Magic the Gathering card. Now, I bought a few things. Any Magic pickups always go up over on my Patrouski 3 channel. If you like Magic the Gathering and want to see what I'm doing with Magic, I love Magic. When I was Patrouski MTG, fuck, let me go find it. If you wanna, yeah, so was it Power 9? Yes, that's the goal. I've been saving up for quite a while. If you like Magic the Gathering and want to see me do Magic the Gathering content, here is my channel. Which one are you getting? There's a certain Mox Emerald that I've been eyeing for a very, very long time. I don't want to speak on it too much because I actually don't want someone else to go buy it. Which sounds crazy, but you'll see why. And I think I should be able to get it this year, but it also... I'm so scared to spend so much money on cardboard, you know, like as you should be. It is a weird thing, but it's also a massive goal of mine, and I think yeah, I'll do a whole video on the card when I get it. But yeah, I'm honored to hear it, Sir. I need to work on. I would love to get better at Magic the Gathering content. I have a lot of areas I have so much to improve on there. With the Black Lotus, I don't have enough saved up for a Black Lotus. That's a Black Lotus. The cheapest one is like 9,500, 10K on. It was after tax, 10K or more. I don't have that much. I can't do that. I can't do a Black Lotus. That'll be, yeah, years of saving. Whereas at least a Mox Emerald is like 2 to 3. What card? I've been saving up for a Mox Emerald. A very specific one. It is a very specific altered Mox Emerald is what I'll say. And if you want to see if I get it / when I get it, yeah. Not on stream, but I do play a fair bit of Arena for... What's it called? I play a fair bit of Arena for... Yeah, it's fucking crazy, Squirm. I play a fair bit of Arena for drafting. Drafting is so fun on Arena. Yeah, Lotus is... Exactly. Lotus is in a different... Lotus is like 4 times the cost of other pieces of Power 9. Exactly. Most Power 9 is like 2 to 3K. Black Lotus is like 10. It's so... Yeah. Takes me a long time to save up for, yeah. Unboxing video when? In a few months when I hopefully get it. That's the, yeah. It'll be a beautiful piece of cardboard. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I really need, yeah, I would love to, yeah. It sounds crazy. You know, the fact that a piece of cardboard is worth so much is hilarious. It sounds crazy. I get it. But it's, I mean, it's the same reason like why Babe Ruth signed baseballs are so expensive. It's the same. It's just collectibles, you know? Humans always love collectibles. But it's still funny to think about. I totally get it. Shut up, Zarin. It is illegal. You obviously are just trolling, but it is illegal to be sponsored by not something I know. Magic is my 3rd favorite game of all time. I love Magic. It's a great game. But money is made out of... True, yeah, that's a good, honestly, yeah. Now, the one of the only ways I can... Vintage is so fucking expensive. Not even one of. I think, well, one of the only ways I can justify buying vintage and buying, like, saving up for, is firstly saving for months and months and months, and that being my one big purchase of the year, as well as, I'm just factoring it in as part of my, like, retirement fund. When my goal is when I retire, I'll sell my vintage deck or whatever. I don't even know if I'll have it done by then, you know? I'll just sell whatever I have, and that's not, you know, you shouldn't buy Magic cards as it, well, make your own things, but that's just one way to justify that sort of thing. That's cool, Brian. I love people who collect Pokemon cards in that, which I feel like that's the huge benefit of Pokemon, is to collect like your favorite mons and stuff like that is so cool. Just iconic, yeah. Do a recap episode showing all the goals we've done and most ideas for Pokemon on an Iron Man account. Maybe I should. I'm not. It's a great question. A recap episode. If I have, yeah, not financial, but yeah. it's a great idea. It's like it's a great idea to do a recap on all the biggest moments on the Ironman so far, but it just comes out of time and energy, and I don't know if I have that, you know. I'm trying to cut down. I'm trying to stop. I have a wife that, you know, I'm trying to stop working 80 hours a week. I would like to cut down to a normal 40 hours a week. That's something I'm trying to like really work on. I've worked 80 to 100 hour weeks for most of my content creation career, and I cut down for a while. I did it for a while. I entered my chill period. I worked 40 hours a week before but now I've created the Ironman, and now I'm doing a lot. Yeah, and I want to try to cut back. And I love what I do. I'm not trying to, you know, I love what I do, so it's easy to work more hours. That's an important thing. Yeah, no, unironically, like, it is a privileged thing to have to worry about, K9. But because I love my job so much, sometimes I do it too much, and that fucks with my mental, and it fucks with my head, and it still consumes my energy, and I'm not always able to be there for my loved ones or my friends or my wife, and that's not good. It's really, I never want to be, you know, those stereotypical relationships where the guy works like 12 hours shifts or whatever, and then comes home and the wife is like nagging him, and maybe she does nag him to some extent, but it's also because he hasn't taken out the trash, he's not doing stuff around the house, but he also is working really hard. It's like that. I never want to be that stereotypical stupid like relationship where the guy comes home and is grumpy and stressed because he's working too hard. It is up to you to pull back and make the financial moves you need to do. It is your responsibility to take care of yourself so you can be there for other people. Yeah, I don't want to be a sitcom. Exactly. I don't want to be a sitcom marriage. No, that's so fucking real, you know? I'm honored. So, you have no idea how much I need those words sometimes, Ian. I really fucking appreciate it. It's crazy, like, it is crazy the difference of my stream chat and YouTube comments. YouTube comments are not almost always, but like largely negative. And stream comments are almost always positive. You guys are amazing, and I really fucking appreciate having that different dynamic of conversations. Went to lunch. What'd you have, dude? Day's good so far, man. Hell yeah. What's your favorite cards, Aaron? Favorite card in all of Magic. Okay, so that is 130. Okay, so that is 130 Spatak on the Lunatone. I'm gonna head back to the PC, plop the Lunatone back into the PC, and then finish up doing 200 on the other two Mons and just keep my SP amplifier going. But it's very important. I didn't make a mistake yet. I'm gonna throw these in there. Just throw this one Mon in here and just go back to EV training, and this should be good. These need to go to 200 now, so about one or so more inventory of Sweet Sense. I actually, dude, it is so empathetic of you to think about that, K9. Like, you have no idea. That is and there's massive, this is not even like a YouTuber thing, but it's just self-employed thing, right? When you're self-employed, the success of your business and like yada fully relies on you. And most people who are self-employed are working 80 hours a week, or at least until they like reach crazy levels of whatever the fuck, right? But yeah. No, there is a lot of, like you say, I definitely have a lot of, I'm actually going to be I'm gonna be starting therapy again for the first time since I haven't been in therapy since I was 16, I think. So I'm deciding to go back into therapy for the first time in a long time, starting next week, because I have so much anxieties with money. I think it's starting to get to me, you know, and it's not good. Sorry to be negative little thing, but it's a good, hopefully it's a good thing, because hopefully I'll get some good help, you know. But that's where yeah, it's gotten rough to the point where I'm like, it shouldn't be. I'm sure a lot of you guys have a very similar experience, right? Like, there's a lot of people of our generation who are so, like, how do I explain this? I'm a big saver. I'm very frugal. I always save money, but then I save it, no matter how much I save, every time I spend $5, it like hurts, and that's not good, you know. Like, it's not like, you should, financial literacy is important and saving is important. You can't be a hardcore saver and work so hard to save, and then also when you get yourself a little treat, be in like so much pain, you know? It's so brutal. I didn't need the financial, yeah, thankfully I didn't need that because I just grew up fucking so poor. I've been worried about money since I was 8 years old, which sucks. Yeah, it is what it is, but yeah, I'm like so, yeah, I have big problems with like the inability. It's not normal. Yeah, it's not, yeah. And I think a lot of people have that, right? And it sucks. It feels, yeah. RuneScape, bro. It's me too, bro. Don't spend money. You should spend, it's a mixture. You want to save. It is the hardest part of life is to, how do you know, save enough money. Not the hardest part of life, but saving enough to keep yourself stable and feel financially stable, and also spend enough to live in the moment. Way too many people spend too fast and then fuck themselves financially. But also, the under talked about thing is how many old people on their deathbed were like, oh, I should have saved more money, right? The thing at the end of the fucking tunnel, boys, a lot of people are like, I wish I went on more vacations. I wish I traveled more. Like, it's tough. It's always talked about. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. It's always talked about, it's always the people who made financial fuck ups are always talked about, but it's almost never talked about is not spending enough to live life. And it's that tough balance. That's hard, man. It's hard. Borrow ain't guaranteed. Yeah. No, but it's just a mix. Like, you got to find that right mix. Anyway, stressful money stuff. Fuck that aside. We're gonna, you know, today's not about that. We're having fun playing PokeMMO. Okay. Sorry to bring that up, but it is something real that I'm going through. So I always tell you guys everything. I'm pretty honest with you guys. No, that's so fucking, yeah, Jordan. That's so real, dude. So fucking real. Good luck to you. Good luck to you, Jorkin, kinda, is what your name is. 32k encounters into your first shunt. You're just getting started, man. Good luck to you. I hope you get it soon. Good luck to you, man. There's about a 40% chance you would be that dry, which is about coin flip, you know? About coin flip. Yeah, good for you, Onyx. Good for you, man. Rakdos the showstopper. That is, you know, that's a good pick, man. It's a good pick. It's a cool card. Rakdos the showstopper. The 6 mana, yeah, coin flipping memer. Rakdos is just a really cool. Also, okay, he has amazing flavor text. His flavor text being entertain me. That is a banger flavor text. Still use strings? I do. I use what's it called? Super strings. Exactly, Broby. That's where I'm at. I appreciate it, man. No, yeah, it's I'm the same way, Bued, and I want to work on that, right? That's, yeah. Vizardrix. That sounds familiar. I appreciate it, Joey. I really do, man. Yeah, the fucking rabbit beast. I respect it, man. I respect it. Super old card. My favorite magic. No, it's a great card. My favorite magic card. It's insane art. My favorite magic card is Phyrexian Dreadnought. I've always been a massive Siphelknot player in Legacy. I love everything about Phyrexian Dreadnought. I've used it in so many ways. I also really like Eater of Days, which is a similar type of card. I love me Phyrexian Dreadnought. Yeah, dude. Love Phyrexian Dreadnought. Vanilla Rare. That's a great kind of favorite card. Dude, sometimes it's a balance, Eric. I respect it, man. I respect people who are willing to live now. All we do, yeah, I don't want to get into it too much, but sometimes we spend too much time saving for later when it's not guaranteed, and we should be living a little bit more. When you're in your young 20s and you're physically like really able, and it's a tough balance, man. That's third time. You're awesome, Rumel. Vampire Nightheart's a classic. Me and my wife want to go watch it a second time for sure. All right, I think that is all right. And with that horde, that is 200 Spatak EVs on Litwick and Rotom. Let's see what's next. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do the next one. What stat to do next? Physically really abled. Yo, that's based. It's a base description. Hey, if you're, you know, You should put okay, never mind. Anyways, super able. Let's see what's next. See you later. I get that, dude. It's a tough balance. So much of it's really boring. Everybody knows this, but so much of life is the more you get older, the more you're like, fuck me. You're just constantly balancing things. Constantly balancing things. Knight of the Hokey Pokey. Like an unglued. Sounds like an unglued card. I'll blame Did you much? Like the fellow one with the name of. Yeah, the Define. It's pretty, yeah. I get it. Okay. So we've got these two trained. What is next? So, okay. The Chandelure needs 252 defense. That is so interesting. Let's go do that. And then this Rotom Heat needs 82 defense. $82. Then Lunatone wants no defense. Defense, we can go Sandslash and Johto. Yeah, let's do that. It does an odd number? Yes. Very specific. Take a rock slide. Yeah, if you want to see I recommend Jinx Boone's Refight guide he put out recently. That's the guide I'm following. That's the guide I'm following. All right, next up we have some defense EV training to do. My Rotom Heat needs specifically 82 defense EVs, and then my Chandelure needs 252 defense EVs on a Chandelure. That's going to be really interesting. So we're going to do this over at Sandslash and Johto. I just like this box. It's a really cool horde, and I love the shiny. So if we got a shiny here, I'd be very, very happy. Yeah, I will see you guys at 82 defense EVs on the Rotom, and hopefully remember and keep an eye on it and put it away. And then from there, we'll do 252 on Chandelure. Can you buy the EV items? I don't, can you buy them from the shops? I'm not sure, but even then, like, it's better to just, EV training is so fast. EV training is so fast nowadays. I came late? I don't even know. It's not something I keep track of every day, Nezuka. It kind of changes a little bit based on how efficient I am that day. Am I released from Zapdos jail? Great question. No comment. I'll say no comment. Keep an eye out for PokeMMO Iron Man episode 10. Yeah, it's a good horde. Yeah, EV training is just so fast. You don't really need to use vitamins. If you want to, you can, but come on, Fly Happy. It's spoiler free for the Iron Man series, okay? Well, it's somewhat spoiler free. The point is to, you know, if you're here in the moment to see stuff like that happen, awesome. The point of the stream is not to answer what I've done on the Iron Man. That's what the progress series is for, you know? Gotta build suspense. Is anything crazy on the stream? I don't think so. I don't think so. Dude, it's tough, Zarin. It's so hard to unlock Mount Silver, man. I can now unlock Mount Silver, and I'm slowly working towards it, but yeah. Hey, the problem is I'm a dog shit liar, Pence. But that's you're not wrong. That it, you know. Are you free from main account jail? Yes, true. Aware? True. What the helly? What the heliante, bro? Bruce T dropping the fucking randomly dropping the 1K bits. Haven't hopped in stream for a while, bro. I haven't been live that much in a while. What's up, dude? Thank you for the fucking 1,000 bits and a happy song for streams vibes. 2 lived. Dude, thank you so much, Patrouski. The consistent happy bits have been so fucking nice. Selfishly for me and for the stream vibe. Like, how do I thank you enough, man? Thank you so much, Brewski. Always happy to see you in chat. Much love to you, man. Have you finished your first region on the Iron Man account yet? Good question. Good question. I'm honestly not sure. Honestly not sure. You'll have to watch the progress series. Great question. Great question. Still no shiny cow? I should have it. Is it possible to add that where you could have like a 1 in 30,000 chance? Too much. 1 in 3,000 for the shiny cow? Wait, you started an Iron Man account? Oh shit. When did that happen? Oh, true. I mean, you know. Danny's got a flex. Whisper it to me in game, King Danny. Show me that shiny war shiny. Price check rename. I don't know about yeah, it's a different reward. This isn't the main? What the? Wait, what the fuck? Well, wait a minute. Why is your username different, Patrouski? Why are your hours different? What's going on here? The Iron Man stole that. True. It's the Iron Man. Yeah, when are you? Dude, that's gonna be. Oh my god. I hate that. That's gonna be the next question, Fairy. Patrouski, when are you gonna beat Kalos, dude? Come on, man. Where's your progress? Shake my head. Are you even playing the game? Dude, yeah, no worries, Danny. I thought you had 10,000 hours, Patrouski, but you're amusing, Patrouski. You say you have 10,000 hours played, yet your trainer card only says 525. I am very intelligent. Peculiar, Patrouski. Possibly fibbing? Perhaps besmirching your name? I'm very r/I'm very smart, by the way. I just noticed this. It's the joke is because people are actually like that, unironically. Using a Smurf Pat Mousey. True. True, not wrong, Kin Chicken, not wrong.
Haven't hopped in a stream for a while. Here is happy.
Dude, that felt like the longest happy song of all time. Thank you so much, Brewski, for it, dude. My face is fucking glowing today because the sun is out, boys. I know, dude. He's basically a new player, dude. Emolga, shiny Emolga mini. Dude, congratulations. Hatched en route 120. Emolga's a cool shiny, man. Yellow apricorn. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. What's that? The new dude? Fuck. Wait. That's a good bit. New Paradox Pokemon, Iron Patrouski. Wait, that's so. I didn't even think about that. That does kind of double. 74K total eggs. Holy fuck, man. I'm glad you got something. I'm glad you got something, Danny. I've never encountered Mewtwo in PokeMMO. Fun fact. Okay, so maybe it wasn't such a good idea to download Pokemon at the office. Ignacio, what happened? I'm scared to know, man. But you gotta tell us now. You baited us into the story. Now we're all deathly curious. Oh, Venom also... I'm sorry, you also redeemed to flex. Let me show off your flex then. Love the Politoed. Love the Gengar. I'm scared to know what this name comes from. Is this Wild? Lost Cave. 534 encounters. Politoed, 7,000 encounters. 31 Spatak. Nice, man. Beautiful shinies. Congratulations, dude. Congratulations. Name of a wrestler? Bro, has wrestling just gone full Gooner mode? I saw, so I haven't followed WWE since I was young, which, not to disrespect, I think it's fun. I get it. Don't get me wrong. But I watched a clip. Every wrestling clip I see now is just like girl on girl. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like every popular wrestling clip is just, because I'm not on like the wrestling algorithm. So when something pops up, it's all like just like fucking actual Coomer Gooner stuff. Which like, I mean, sex sells. Don't get me wrong, but god damn, bro. Like I don't know, man. Like, and wrestling's always been a little, but like more than ever. I mean, not to shame. I'm no prude. More power to you, but best kind of wrestling. I don't know. I personally am a big fan of the Rey Mysterio X Great Khali. Was that his name? I like those. I used to love those growing up. That was my kind of shit. I was a big Rey Mysterio fan as a kid. I'm just saying, man. My flex shinies. I thought there was a 7. I've seen them were close. 7,000 encounters, and then the one was like 5 or whatever. 534. Same day. 2 hours apart. Okay, that's pretty sick. Less than 2 hours apart. That's pretty sick. Yeah, it was a good era, man. Environment accounts. I think how do I explain the path? Maybe I'll show the path in a video at some point, because I don't know if I really talked about the path very much, G-Stroms. You're not wrong. Good question. And Mysterio, it was goated, man. Oh, we got another flex. Okay, send me this. Wish me the mom whenever possible. Fly happy. Okay. All right. One more horde will put 82 defense EVs on Rotom. Then I'll plop that in the box and just keep going for Chandelure. Just updating you guys every little bit because I have to keep myself accountable and I don't want a mistake to happen. This is the last horde for what's it called? My team was Magneton Wars. That is fun. No, that's awesome, dude. Congrats, man. After wrestlers, that's fun. I respect it. I like a naming scheme like that. I really do. Like, I get loving the WWE, and I love it's entertaining, man. I get it. It's just drama. It's fun. I get it. I really do. I'm just saying it's gotten a little more gooner than I expected, but so has everything, I guess, you know. What's up, Karoshi? I heard you have done a ludicrous amount of eggs. Casey was telling me last night, dude. Good luck to you, man. Let me see these. 5717. Are these the legendary 3 shinies in one day, man? Not many people get this. Not many people have. I'm one of the lucky people who has done 3 shinies in one day. There's not that many people in this club. That is beautiful, man. Also, the amount of encounters you did, because like the fact that you did, that's crazy. The fact that you did at least 8,000 encounters in the day is really nice. Like, that's really, you know, deserved, earned. Also 2 nighttime. Wow, that's actually really cool. Crazy timing on that. Congrats, man. My day's pretty good. I'm a little I feel really weird this week, Karoshi. I'm gonna be honest. Physically, I'm weird. I've been spacey and my stomach was in a lot of pain yesterday. But I feel good enough to play PokeMMO. So that's a fucking W, you know. We take those. Massive upgrade. I feel much better than yesterday for sure. Let me throw this in here for the bit. I can focus and like do a very specific EV training thing, you know. Back to defense EVs. So Chandelure's got to go all the way to 252 defense EVs, which is crazy. My lock-in juice, yeah. Even my lock-in juice is not helping. I'm physically weird this week, but that's okay. It'll pass. It'll pass. I need to make sure Chandelure's defense must be higher than its SPDEF or it will draw a sky drop from the Ho-Oh. For anyone coming in, we are currently working on a Ho-Oh Refight team on the Ironman account, an account that cannot trade or use the GTL. This might be our first big PVM challenge on the Ironman. What is it unlocked? Legendary lures every single week, which will speed up our legendary hunts. As well as maybe some Pokeyen or BP. I'm honestly not sure. Ignacio, fair point, fair point. I respect it. Quills. Yo, that's actually... Wait, that's actually so fucking true, like Rumel said. I am sleeping on... So, the reason why doing the Ho-Oh refight is so good... Yeah, there's three... Okay, I'm only talking about the benefit of the Ho-Oh is like the legendary lures. The legendary lures might be actually the worst benefit of that whole fight. The two other benefits that are way better for the Iron Man account is, number one, the quills. I need rainbow quills so bad to buff up my Moltres and my Zapdos. That was a big reason I spent 60 hours hunting for Articuno, was just to get more rainbow quills, and I never got it, right? I just needed the quills. So rainbow quills from the Ho-Oh refight once a week, as well as the legendary lures, as well as I will get another permanent incubator. One of the incubators is unlocked via doing the Ho-Oh refight. So that will have to get done, as well as the red refight at one point. But yeah, it is ready. I've done it 0 times. The Ho-Oh refight is going to be my I think it will be my first big piece of endgame PVM content on the Iron Man at all, right? I haven't done any of the raids, this is my real... I've done storylines, but the Ho-Oh refight is really my first time to do this, man. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm sorry. Our quills, excuse me. I was saying quills for Moltres. Excuse me. The quills are for the dogs, right? You're actually right, I believe. Correct. Yes, the Entei. But I'll hopefully get my Entei. So I'll have to... Okay. So I'll have to... Quad emoji. I'll have to get Entei or hopefully some of the beasts to actually be able to use those. But they'll still be incredibly impactful and important is the point. But that's a good point. Good point. Yeah, I always forget. Elemental orbs are for the birds. Quills are for the dogs in Johto. Good point. Good point. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Good call. Need some orbs? I really do. Homie, you need orbs for the birds. Yes, correct. Yep. Correct. Smiley face. We have an Iron Man team, but it is not a group Iron Man. A group Iron Man implies that you're able to trade between each other. That is not how our team operates. Smeargle strap. I don't know the Smeargle strap for Halloween, Ramel. Is that for hard mode or what is that for? I would love to have hard mode built ahead of time. Okay, for Halloween. I am really excited. I'm so excited. I would love it, Vince. I'm so excited for event season on the Iron Man account. It'll be so fun, dude. It'll be so fun. The problem is using Moltres and Zapdos for horde killing is just often very inefficient. I probably weirdly could do it right now. You just don't get that many, but I probably could do it right now. Well, I'm not even sure. I can't discharge these. Heat wave misses. I don't even know if I can. I'm not sure. Get that rage bait out. Shut up, Ignacio. A huge flood of actuallys. Yeah, based. Good eye. Much easier. 100% hard mode strat. Much easier than mine. I would love... If you have a guide or a video or a resource linked to it, Rumel, DM me on Discord. I would really appreciate that. Did they just protect 4 times? 4 out of 5. I don't know if I've ever seen that. 4 out of 5 of the wild Sandslash is protected. That's crazy. And 1 double protected. I need to find it. Yes. I have a video guide that goes over all the... If any questions you have about the Iron Man, I have 25 hours of video going over, that's the progress series. Will answer that. Here is the episode 1. Any questions about the Iron Man will be answered in this video series. Most of the big ones at the start, at the first, you don't have to watch all hours, most questions will be answered in the first 5 minutes of episode 1. Check that out first before, if you have any extra questions, let me know. But all the rules and stuff like that are explained at the start of that episode. I'm getting protected a ton. Come on, man. I'd rather be at this spot and fight through the protections. I like the shiny here a lot. I really like shiny Sandslash. What's up, Yonko? Any trade evolution Pokemon you can lure in the wild. You don't... No, I love red... Did I miss... Yeah, I missed... But I love... Shiny Sandslash is like one of my favorite shinies in PokeMMO. It's the first... It's the first shiny I ever got in a Pokemon game in White 1. I'm a pseudo-method bred for it. I don't know, Goggle. I would love to, but I don't know if I have time or energy to plan something. But we'll see. Well, I would love to do something. That's a cool idea if that worked, Cannibal. I love Shiny Sandslash. That's why I'm here. Otherwise, you wouldn't do this spot because of the Protect. All red shiny team. There you go, man. Good luck to you. No, dude, that's... Yeah. No, Zarin, you're being so... And I hope... If I ever respond to someone with like, oh, there's a video, I'm not trying to be like, oh, you should be caught up and you should watch all my videos. That's not what that's insane. That's an insane position. I don't feel that way at all. It's more of like a, hey, I do have a video on that. That video is going to explain that question a lot better than I can on a live stream, you know, like that sort of, you know the thing. Yeah, you're being so perfect, dude. Knuckles, yeah, classic. Dude, welcome, Atomic. Happy to have you, man. Your 4th gym badge being done is a big one that unlocks the GTL. What hunting for today? Not hunting for anything specific. I'm working on the Ho-Oh Refight team that Jinx Boone put out a guide for recently. Max is worth. Ooh, that is a tough question. I almost just can't answer that. It's a really lame answer, Tom, but I feel like that's one you have to come to on your own. I don't want to be responsible, you know. I just use an ether. Fuck, on accident. That's a tough question, man. That's a tough question. If you're not an Iron Man, you can solve that, but I assume he's an Iron. Any haunts here? Dude, congratulations, dude. Spidget's your lucky charm. There you go, man. 3 shinies in Spidget streams. That is clearly data, not anecdotal evidence, based and true. I do need Shadow Ball. That is important on this. Very, very important. Okay. How many of you guys have gotten... Dude, I've gotten baited by this so many times. How many people have been playing Pokemon for a long time in chat have gotten baited by the new Sweet Scent number? So now it shows you how many Sweet Scents you have left to use. So like 1 means 1 Sweet Scent left as opposed to like 6 PP or whatever it used to show. And that makes a lot more sense in my opinion. But how many of you see 2 Sweet Scent left and then go heal? Because prior to the update, if you saw 2 Sweet Scent, it meant you were done. It meant you were out. It meant you were out of PP because you would have 32 PP, but it would tick down like 5 or whatever. So I have gone to heal so many times with this number at 2 on just not used to the muscle memory. Yeah, it's really, dude, a lot of the Pokemon boomers have a lot to readjust to with the new update, which is how, you know, it is how it is, right? You got to learn the new stuff. You got to adapt. You got to learn the new stuff. It's a pure Lepushanter. There you go. Fair enough. Adapted immediately. Fuck, fair enough. I'm just stupid. Guess I'm just stupid, Eevee. Understandable. Literally me. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Yeah, I keep wanting to TP at 2. Yeah, I've done that many, many times. Pure Lepushanter is the life, man. So comfy. Did I just use a bunch of ethers here on accident? What the fuck did I do? I did something really weird. I mean, today? There was an update recently, not today. A big update recently. I have a bunch of videos on my channel that covered what... There's a lot of stuff that changed. A lot of stuff happened. Well, there might have been patch notes today. I think patch notes, you know. No, that was just a mistake. Synchronized. Yeah, that was a goofy, woofy, whoopsie. They've been like doing small bug patches. Usually they don't announce those on the forums. Ooh, there was actually just an announcement made. Holy shit. This is interesting. One sec. A big announcement was just made for Shiny Wars sportsmanship and competition. All right, there was just a big announcement made by Enzo on the PokeMMO forums. Apparently, people are abusing a certain strategy with the live leaderboards in Shiny Wars, and they are going to be cracking down on it. Enzo says, hello, we notice players are abusing the live leaderboard to make it appear as if their team has less points by moving the shiny monsters to other accounts. We found this to be unsportsmanlike and defeats the purpose of the live leaderboard. People are trying to hide information. Dude, leave it to shiny hunters. If they can find a way to try to gain an advantage, they will do it to unhealthy degrees sometimes. We want to promote a transparent competition with its implementation. All valid shiny monsters must be stored on the registered characters. Monsters that are not moved back to the registered character before July 25th will not be counted. That's in 3 days. 3 days, the leaderboard will actually be up to date. Wow. Will not be counted even if they were valid. We mentioned on numerous occasions to keep the shiny monster as characters. This was not referring to just make sure to have them there, but during the whole competition. Yeah, people are trying to abuse. I respect them for trying. Yeah, I respect them for trying, but I don't like scores being... If you need to keep your score secret to like try to get a leg up at Shiny Wars, like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? I would just thug it out, man. Just play the event, you know? Yeah, what a sandbag. That is really, really interesting to see. I'm curious to see how scores update then coming up in 3 days. I hope Steel Team 7 does not get too sleepy or let, you know, pull the gas up, because people could be trying to make them get a little too overconfident. Making someone overconfident in a competition like this is one of the best ways to like try to take the lead, and it's fucked up, but it's almost a respectful strategy. But I'm glad the devs are cracking down on it and being like, hey, let's keep it transparent. Interesting, dude. Just daily news, daily weird stuff happening in the PokeMMO Shiny Wars scene, man. Yeah, that's... Oh, yeah, that's... yeah, I've agreed, Rumel. On the forums, Usopp, under a certain forum post, I follow all of the staff members on the forum. So whenever a staff member posts something, I always see I see like a notification about it. That's how I saw that. Ain't winning that. I doubt they're not winning. They're so far ahead. It's possible. It's possible. They're so far ahead. I doubt that's the case. But it wouldn't surprise me if maybe people are not as far behind as people realize or whatever, you know? That could be, I don't understand why that's... That's fair. I think that's fair. But it affects... I get that, Broach, but it really does affect the way... The scoring of something affects the way people play. It affects the decisions you make. If you watch sports, you know, you understand this. How many times in football do you go for the 2-point conversion because of a specific point lead, or you're behind so much where you really need it, or you go for like the onside kick? Like, going for certain plays or certain decisions matter, right? Another good example is like in basketball. Imagine if you didn't know what the score was in basketball. That totally changes the way you would play. When to go for 3-pointers, when to go for layups, when to like hold the ball, run the shot clock up, like when to foul. It totally changes things. Morale, yeah. But wait. It changes the morale, but won't change the shinies. But morale changes everything. Like, morale and emotions might be the most important thing when it comes to sports competition. Like, morale is everything. If morale, being able to manipulate morale is being able to manipulate the event itself, in my opinion. But I understand if you don't see it as that severe. But physical sports? You don't think esports are... Come on. No, that's a boomer take, bro. Come on. Esports and physical sports are extremely similar. Extremely similar. And there's so many athletes that have now go on to agree with that take. Come on. If you don't think esports are similar to physical sports, I can't even talk to you because it makes me so upset. It's so crazy to me. They're very, very similar. As someone who grew up playing a lot of physical sports very competitively and knows what it takes to be the best at a esport, and I've been a big sports guy and a big esports guy. I've done both. Competition is competition. That, yeah. It makes me upset, man. I'm not gonna lie, which is not a good position to argue on. The mental aspect, the training, it's all the, yeah. Someone says it looks logical. Yeah, of course. Yeah, competition is competition, yeah. Timing and some luck. No, bro. I disagree with you so much. And I feel like I can't even, I would question how many competitions you've done when it comes to sports, or that I'm sorry, but I can't, it makes me upset. I can't argue with you because I'm coming from I'm too emotionally compromised. I don't want to argue with you. It makes me really sad because I feel like it's just like a old take that hopefully I expect that from people on the news or people, but like from gamers themselves, it makes me sad to see it. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to don't start name calling. That's not fair. I disagree with him. I appreciate, I don't want to, Roach does not deserve any no name calling, please. All right, there's 2v2. I think it's one of those things. It's hard to explain. It's hard to, well, I mean, kind of, but yeah. Yes, I'm EV training for Ho-Oh right now. What's up, Altaria? Happy to have you, man. We're gonna move on. I appreciate you guys being so understanding and accepting, and let's just move on. A long hunt for you. Yeah, I did hunt since there's a lot on the main account. I did. Okay. All right, that is 252 defense EVs on the Chandelure. So we're done with that for now. I will later put on a few Spadef EVs, but I have to really pay attention and make sure that my defense stays higher than my Spadef. I'm going to go ahead and use a Duststone now, just so I can see the stats of what it will be as a Chandelure and not just a little. I have to evolve into a Lampent first. Oh, of course. Okay, so we'll do that later on. Doi. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go next up. We need 252 HP EVs on Lunatone alone. Just EV training Lunatone. And then after this, we will head over to Spadef EV training on all 3 for the remaining EVs. Pretty much, Alzi, I would say. Yeah, pretty much.
Humans, what have you learned?
I don't think he should have name called you. I'm gonna respectfully agree to disagree, bro, Sean. And I almost never do that because I do think hashing stuff out is important, but I appreciate you sharing your opinion even though I disagree with it, you know? Nothing that's important. And sharing it respectfully. I got to appreciate to the ends of the earth. I really do. Like, it's not easy to stand up against the streamer, you know? I get that. I really do respect that a lot. We're gonna go Stunfisk because I love Stunfisk. All right, we're gonna go HP EV train at Stunfisk because I love this Pokemon. Would love a chance for a shiny Stunfisk on the Iron Man account. Stunfisk was actually the first Pokemon that I ever got as a shiny form in PokeMMO ever, flat out, period. Cherub! Patrouski is so good. Pat, as someone who probably doesn't understand the struggle I'm dealing with in regards to going over odds, where would you say the roaming legendary of Johto would likely be right now? You know, it's really hard for me to empathize with being dry for a legendary. I would go to like the Tauros single. I would either go Route 48 or Route 47. So Tauros or what's it called? Or like the Ditto, whatever the fuck spot, if that makes sense. Great. That kind of is, it's honestly kind of out of my depth, but I hope that answer gives you some help. Thanks for great question. It's a good ass meme. Red or white onion? Oh my god, it depends on the dish, right? Like I love both. I love onions so fucking. I love every onion derivative. I love shallots. I love garlic. Who doesn't love garlic? I love every onion and spring onion. I love every onion and onion adjacent thing. Red versus white onion. It really just depends on the dish. I really do love, I love red onion on a barbecue chicken pizza. That stands out to me when I think of red. I don't know why, but I think of, it's so good. Raw for sandwiches is red onion. I don't know. I almost would prefer white onion on a sandwich, but I'm not a huge cold sandwich guy. Your love for onion is heavily layered. I don't know if it's heavily layered as just a big fucking smashing hammer because I love onion so much. Okay. You're awesome, Rumel. Thank you so much. Yeah, green onion and like spring onion is so good. God, I love, yeah. The longest confirmed shunt that I've seen that I believe, it's not like, I don't know if it's been factually confirmed. If Kuroshi's here, they can speak on it, but I believe them. Is around 475,000, 474,000 encounters dry. Parfait or onion? What do you mean? Like the yogurt treat? That is a crazy cool. I love that. That's like saying, do you like apples or chocolate cake? Like two very different things. Parfait or onions? Without phases? Yup, without any shiny. That's the rarest I've ever seen. Yes, I could. All of the math lines up for Kuroshi's dry streak. Like hundreds, if not thousands of people saw Kuroshi log in, spectating their whole, like, because they were a person of very high interest for that. Like, so many people had eyes on them. I think if it was a faked. Also, I just trust Kuroshi because Kuroshi's been. It wasn't some random person. It was a very high-end, valued shiny hunter in the community. All of their numbers lined up. All the encounters they got every day, like everything. All the math lined up. Like the hours they played, the hours we saw them online. Like everything lined up so well. I would almost believe with 100%, like the most conviction I could. Obviously 99.9 because nothing's 100%, but I think Kuroshi like almost guaranteed. 99.9% went 475k dry. It was just insane. Insane. I don't want to spoil it, Legion. I don't want to spoil it. I'm sorry. I know that's super lame. I feel like it's important. I don't want to spoil it, man. I'm sorry. You know, if you pay attention and maybe see, you know, sometimes if you watch stream, you might be able to tell if I got the, you know, Zapdos or not. But I just don't want to spoil it for this series. So if you want to see whether or not I got the Zapdos, you can, you know, just watch the episode itself. I appreciate the interest, you know, though. I really do. Why did I take the light ball off that? That was dumb. Ite B. Oh, I can't even fucking. I don't have discharge on this. I don't have any fucking heart scales to relearn. I have 2. Probably not enough for discharge, right? Of course, Legion. You're fucking awesome. No, I appreciate it, dude. Discharge is 3 heart scales. I really need to farm heart scales, dude. What are you talking about? Never be nice. What do you mean, dude? Zapdos this, Zapdos that. Why don't you Zapdos movie Patrouski today? True. Let me use heat wave Moltres to farm here. If I get an elemental orb, you guys gotta yell at me, okay? I'm giving you permission to yell at me if I get one. Yeah, I'm gonna try to switch to using Heatwave Moltres for my EV training. I probably should do it a little bit sooner. It just, with wide lens, it still doesn't hit with 100% accuracy, which sucks. So I do miss sometimes, but these guys are kind of annoying anyway. If I can get like one extra elemental orb